Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f*** yourself. But go f*** yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
Dude, that's like a test of strength. That's not gay. That's like I'm gonna grip you. I'm gonna grip you harder than you grip me. I wonder what the championship belt would look like. Just like a big ass.
This would be my penis wrapped around their waist.
Adam, you being Worf is cultural appropriation. I won't.
Cultural appropriate my dick. I don't care. I will have earned my riches and my surly attitude by the time we get there.
If I were going to culturally appropriate your dick, you'd have to go get that surgery to get.
Oh, good Lord! Here we go.
Yeah.
I am dumping unlimited power into you. We named zombies after you in that game.
Yeah,
rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean, there's these big fat bloaters that sun themselves and they just lay there.
Oh, those are the things that come out of my rainbow's ass.
And that is just.
Oh God,
those eyes, dude. Those eyes, man. Those eyes.
Pretty eyes.
I'm not looking at them eyes right now.
You know what?
I know, but she is a total package. She is a total package.
I usually think Ryan. I usually think Ryan is very cringe when he says this, but she can shit in my mouth.
Whoa, Dermy!
Why do you have to ruin this?
What the fuck?
Ryan says that shit.
Fuck,
Ryan says this shit.
If Ryan jumped off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge?
But you just
for her, yeah.
Would.
Here we are worshiping this beautiful woman, and you're talking about German shit eating. I mean, come on.
Listen, I will drag my ball sack.
No, listen.
100 miles worth of
Shut the fuck up.
broken glass, salt, and lemon juice just to smell her farts.
We're not on your goddamn stream. We're on Adam's stream. We're
wow, I
am. Respect the man's house. You don't take shit in his goddamn fridge.
Well, as you said, it's been an interesting week, and I think we have to take a moment. All right, I want everybody to join hands. If you're next to Jeremy, you don't have to touch him. It's okay. Join hands. I want you all to listen to the Lord. I want you to thank Jesus for the saving grace of delivering us from the acolyte and from Halo this week. He reached down with his glorious touch. And he moved heaven and earth to make sure we no longer have to suffer these sins. So I want you to say, praise Jesus. Because the acolyte is filled with the demons that are reaching deep down inside and telling you, use that lightsaber as a penis. Realize that you can abuse your loved one and she will still love you. And realize that with Halo, you can enjoy that man ass. And when that man ass is there, when those cheeks are in your face, you can understand that his helmet is off and it's okay. So praise Jesus for leaving us these sins. Amen.
So where's Melody back when we need her?
Well, wait.
You're a blasphemous.
Reverend Rabbi
I
Adam.
think there's a bit of blasphemy here because Jewish. Jesus.
I think Reverend Rabbi Adam jumped the book that his people were starting with and went to the other's book.
I regret nothing, devil. I regret nothing.
Me neither.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mellow Mondays. I am very mellow right now. It's been a strange day for me. I watch House of the Dragon. I review it. I sort of like it. I sort of don't. I get to talk more about MCU, and then we're here. We're gonna have a nice, easy time. We got a fun one tonight. We are playing catch up with requests for videos tonight. Devil. We have at least 3 videos we have to watch tonight that have already been prepaid for that we carried over from other weeks. So, well, one of them we definitely have to wait till Samuel gets here because it's Stargate one, so he is required for that. And then I got a couple small topics, and I guess we'll bounce around some random shit. But other than that, hi Devil, how are you?
I am doing great. Just literally about 8 minutes ago, before the show started, got back from getting the tattoo finished up, and so yeah, I
Okay.
it
I
ran
won't
right
make
in
you
the
reveal it.
door.
I won't make you reveal it here. That you can save that for the pub. I won't make
No,
you do it here.
I can show
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Hold
All right.
on.
All right. We'll full screen you. We'll full screen you. Oh damn.
Yeah,
Nice.
the original's the sword and the heart and stuff, and then I got everything extra put to it. It's not gonna obviously be that red or dark
Yeah,
or
that's
shadowing around it.
yeah. That's
Outlines.
your skin saying "ow."
Yeah. It
Well,
didn't, I've been told so many times before I got tattooed that tattoos hurt so much. I literally almost fall asleep as I'm getting them because
Really?
I'm just laying there for so long. After an hour of laying doing nothing, I'm just like I start to pass out. So he's got to keep waking me up. He goes, "Dude, don't pass out. You'll move your arm or some shit while you sleep."
you wake up, you're going like, "Dermy, no! Dermy, no!"
I have a nightmare, Dermy.
Dermy, no.
So
that's cool. That's cool. I honestly, I could never get a tattoo because simply I can't do that to my skin. I got super sensitive skin, and also I just can't think of having something on there for me forever like that. I know you can get tattoos removed these days, but I just can't bring myself to do something like that. I just can't. Just can't do it.
well, you definitely anyone should like really think about it. Like this one, I've been thinking about for years. Don't do anything like just right off the bat. Think about what you want to do. So yeah.
Also, I got moles everywhere, so it just it would just not be smart because I honestly just for serious health reasons I need to be able to have every once in a while go to the dermatologist, do a mole check to make sure everything's okay. So I
Well,
can't
fit
have
the
those
mole
things
into the
covered up.
tattoo.
No, they're literally like no,
Yeah.
no.
Have like have a naked girl and have the mole be her nipple or some shit.
No, oh, ew. I don't want to know a brown. I don't want like a brown nipple. Like one thing it's a black chick, but I mean, no. Ugh,
It would be fucked up if it turns out it's cancerous and they have to take her
Oh
nipple.
God, yeah, I know. That's the thing. You need to be able to make sure. I mean, like right here. Let's say I've got this way. You can't check out like this mole right here and right here. Like, they're everywhere. It's like one of the bad things I got from my dad's side of the family. It's like the moles everywhere. It's terrible. They're annoying. I've had at least 3 moles removed in my lifetime. I used to have one right here, giant one on my side of my neck. I had another one. Let's see, right here on my temple, and I have one on my back that I got removed, and right here, you guys couldn't really see it when I'm somewhat clean shaven. I got the one on my upper lip. One of these days, I will get the one on my upper lip removed, just because I hate it. I don't. If one thing, if I'm Cindy Crawford and I'm a beautiful woman, you got the beauty mark there. No, I'm a dude. I hate this thing right here. It gets in the way. It's horrible. I hate it. But we're not here to talk about my beauty. We're here just to chill out and do other fun things. As I said, we got several videos to watch tonight. Jay Fraser 360, if he is here or coming in later, he prepaid for watching the lost season of Stargate Atlantis. So we have a 20-minute video there. We're going to spread them out throughout the night. We're not going to backload them. Ariel prepaid for 2 already. I think I found the StarCon one she wanted. Ariel, we'll have you check that when we get there. And she also played for another Flash Gets one. Disney buys Dragon Ball Z. She paid for that one on Anime Odyssey. So we got those. Yeah. So we got those. Oh, listen. My moles are everywhere. They're literally everywhere. Okay. It's very embarrassing to the dermatologist say, okay, they have to stick everywhere. It's not fun. It's fun.
Ariel is gonna kidnap you and start connecting the dots.
Are you sure? Okay, are you sure it's StarCon? Because I went to his webpage on YouTube and I didn't find anyone besides the other one and one that's Star Trek versus Battlestar Galactica. So we'll check it. We'll check it. Out of that, Devil, we have a problem in our little network right now. We have a problem.
What's that?
You're aware of it. Oatmeal fucking cookies Oatmeal raisin fucking cookies.
I know.
This
damn
is
shock.
this is no, it's shocking. And listen, Kay tried to stop this, but there's a problem. They're winning the poll right now.
What?
Okay, they're winning. Look at this.
That's wrong.
They're winning. They're winning. Do you
Sam's
like?
in on that?
I know he's in there. He's not here yet. He'll have to answer for his crimes when he gets here. Do you like oatmeal raisin cookies? No. No, it's the loser cookie you get when you're a kid. It's snack time.
It's Melee K pointed out earlier when she was arguing with Shock about this. It's like the cookie you take when your grandmother offers it because you don't want to be rude. No one chooses that. Like if you have a tray full of cookies, there's peanut butter, there's chocolate, there's macadamia nut, there's all these good cookies. The last one to go is going to be the oatmeal. No one is picking that until there's nothing else left.
I remember.
Go
ahead. Go finish.
I was going to say, I pointed out it comes from the same place as carrot cake. Sorry.
Yeah, carrot cake's nasty.
Energy.
Carrot cake's nasty.
Yeah.
That's
only good
nasty.
thing about carrot is the frosting. Otherwise, the fucking cake part is shit.
I remember trying to like carrot cake as a kid, and I found it revolting. My mom loves it; she loves carrot cake. But I thought, like, no, keep it away from me. Well, we were in New York, so you were going to get like the best carrot cake possible back then. This is 80s Manhattan, so there was good stuff, but still, I remember eating it, realizing, ew, this is nasty. I'm Adam no likey. But oatmeal cookies, it's like I said, for me, it's like the loser cookie. You have a great stream of cookies when you're a kid in grade school. It's snack time. Here comes the apple juice and the cookies and shit like that. And you'll start off maybe with some chocolate chip cookies, Maybe it's Chips Ahoy, maybe it's just some random cookie, but chocolate chips. Then you get some Oreos. And then you make your way through, and then it's peanut butter cookies. We're all still good with peanut butter cookies. The old school peanut butter sandwich cookies. We're fine with that. That's good. All right, then maybe you're at the dregs, sugar cookies. With like the sugar like baked on right on top of it, the raw sugar type stuff. We're okay with that. Then they've gone through it all. And here come the oatmeal raisin cookies. And for a second from a distance, you see the plate coming in and you think, all right, more chocolate chip cookies? And you get in close and realize, wait a minute. No, it's oatmeal raisin. But sometimes you're at that point, it's snack time and you're hungry and you're 7 or 8. And you need it at that point. You need it. I need the snack.
Yeah.
And you eat
because you're addicted to the damn sugar. you're addicted to this damn sugar. So it's all like freaking Hunter sniffing Parmesan because he's so high up for the fucking drugs, right? It's the same thing. You're like sitting there going like, I don't want to eat this, but sugar. You're fucking all cracked out like a child about it, and that's why you eat the sons of bitches. So, otherwise, you throw them away, man.
Exactly. No one wants these, and the fact that Gal wants this, and Shock, I'm not surprised. Shock is a heathen anyway. He's a goddamn heathen. He's pineapple on his pizza, so I'm not gonna get to that. But Gal's pushing it, and we know, and when he gets there, Samuel's gonna have to answer for this because he's pushing for it too. Is wrong. And here's the bad thing: we're on Dermy's side on this now. Dermy is pro anti oatmeal raisin cookie. I hate it when I'm on Dermy's side on shit. It's unnatural. It's an unnatural circumstance where I'm waiting for the moment to betray him. Because it's gonna happen. Because he's waiting to betray me. He already threatened to throw me in a camp once today. Again. All right. So
Dermy's like the thermometer we use of what not to agree with.
Exactly.
Like if Dermy likes it, we go, oh well, now I know my opinion. I hate it. So
question this.
Yeah.
So it's not fair. I'm not supposed to be on the same side as Dermy on these things. So guys, go over to Melee K's Twitter and vote against oatmeal cookies. We got 15 hours left. Vote against oatmeal raisin cookies. Do not let these barbarians get a victory over baked goods that should not exist. It's just nasty. Just wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Hail everybody in the chat. Happy to have you guys here with us this evening. Hail Ariel, hail a goddess, hail DJ Direwolf, hail. Yes, I saw on there. Good Sir Algrim the Strong. We hope everybody's having a good Monday night. I'm. It's only Monday, and I'm already tired this week. It's already the amount of bullshit in the past 48 hours, whether it's politics or pop culture. It's just, I mean, I don't really want to talk the Olympics, but god damn it, that's some bullshit going on there.
Yeah,
that's some bullshit. Not just that. Yeah, go ahead. Go. No, finish. I was going to slightly shit. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I watched the opening set. Well, I watched some of the opening ceremony. Every time something like that came up, I just kind of like shot past it. But yeah, like the whole thing, it wasn't that they just put a little bit in there because we all knew they would. There's nothing you can't get away from it. But the fact that like I don't know, like 50 to 70% of the opening ceremonies was drag queens sitting on the side of a fucking river or doing some show, the Last Supper, or having a ball hangout behind Blue Dude.
That is what really, I want to say, shocked me, that they had a dude with his nuts hanging out, man. I didn't know it until later, and then I saw the picture and realized, what am I looking at? The dude's nuts. No, I mean, I children are watching this.
Yeah. Just when you thought it was safe to let your children watch the Olympics.
Yeah, I know. Listen, let's be honest. Nobody's watching the Olympics. Nobody's watching the Olympics. I mean, they claim the ratings are up. Nobody's watching the Olympics. Nobody cares. It's the Olympics is something that, and I say this fully knowing that I feel sorry for these athletes who work their entire lives to make it to this stage. I am fully understanding that these are people who are trying to be the best at what they do. Problem is, it's on a stage nobody cares about anymore. I mean, I saw some pictures of what the I guess shooting competitions looks like. Those aren't guns. And people have these glasses that are automatically blocking out an eye, and with all this, that's not competition. What is this?
They can make it.
I don't know. It's weird.
They can make it so much better. Just change it all up and like make it real competitive. Like shooting, fuck that. That's like paintball, but with real guns, guys. Let's see who really is the best, right?
Hey, man, let's have a competition, real competition. And it's even hard for me. I can't even root for basketball anymore because I hate LeBron James and I hate everybody they put on that team.
He was the flag carrier. Yeah, he was actually at the front of the boat.
That's all kinds of wrong. That's all kinds of wrong. Hail, Greasy Gumbo. How are you doing? Yeah, there's no fun. Not to mention, I used to get, when I was a kid and it was big deal, I used to enjoy it when in the 80s and the 90s, when it was 4 years between everything, when there was it wasn't constantly in your face and it meant something. Or when it meant something, when there was true patriotism wrapped up. And let's be honest, the Cold War was a frightening period of time. You didn't know if shit was going down, but man, America versus the Soviets. Democracy versus communism. That was something. That meant something.
That's exactly it. You need something to drive you to the Olympics. Like when Phelps was doing his medal run, I watched every fucking thing. Why? Because I was seeing there go, holy shit, this American dude is gonna freaking get double-digit medals, put everyone to shame. So you need stuff like that to like make you want to watch. And they just don't really have that right now. Like literally, our beach volleyball team lost their first match to the Cubans.
And they're wearing full bodysuits. They're not even in their swimsuits anymore, right?
I haven't seen the girls yet, but I'm guessing.
Yeah, I've heard the girls are not even in swimsuits anymore, or bikinis, or hot tops, or hot pants. They're just like these full bodysuits or some shit like that with leggings and.
Which is why you watch girls volleyball.
That's the only reason.
You watch dudes volleyball for good volleyball. You watch the girls volleyball pulling their bathing suit out their butt cheeks.
Yeah.
Every time they have to jump.
Pop. I mean, or you look at the true historical moments. Or you look at the true historical moments like the Miracle on Ice. That is that is great sports history right there, and a good movie too. When Disney was still Disney, Kurt Russell starring in that one. That's a good movie documenting a true underdog story. We were not supposed to win that, and we did.
No.
Do you believe in miracles? I mean, that's cool. Now it's, oh, look, this today, the one I saw today. Look, this male gymnast who wears glasses kept rotating himself over and over again on the pommel horse. Yay.
Yeah, that's
So
going to be
exciting.
what they promote as the true success of this Olympics is every single time some transgender athlete beats the shit out of girls who are half as strong as them, they're going to want to do a special report on it and tell us how we should be so proud of them and shit.
Yeah, I know. This whole thing, and they even said, and it's even hail Dom Age, and yes, that is a good movie. I think when we get closer to the holidays, because it's kind of a Christmas movie, I think. Miracle on Ice. I'm going to put that one on Drive-In. I'm thinking this year. I want to do that on Drive-In this year, because Jed can't not hate Miracle on Ice. He can't not hate that. I have to believe that he'll like it. But
that'll be a miracle. It's another miracle.
But here's the thing: when people were going after the whole opening ceremony, is they're making fun of the Last Supper. Here's how bad they're bad of a take or response they have to that. Oh, we weren't making fun of the Last Supper. It was supposed to be pagan. Thank you.
Yeah, you have a Jesus figure sitting in the middle of a table surrounded by other people. But no, you totally weren't trying to freaking do the Last Supper and mock it because you guys are assholes. Sam took some dude apart who was sitting there freaking touching his small dick to how, it's so inclusive and it's so great and stuff and Sam took his ass apart with a tweet.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
He's on you're full of shit, dude.
Once more I'll repeat myself. I to the true athletes who are there to try and be the best in their sport at this, whether it's where you only either get it at like a nationals or a world event, and then you have this. Best of luck to you. But those who are there to pervert it, those who are there to make it political with the anti-Semitism all over the place in this thing right now, F all of you. And I think it's time. It's time for the Olympics to go away. I think it's time to go away. I mean, just have various world championships, national championships, but the Olympics they're not accomplishing. Because here's the thing: remember back in the day, if you were an Olympian and you won this stuff, that was printing money for you, because you suddenly you could become a spokesman. You got all kinds of deals. You were a national hero. Now these people, if they win their stuff, they're forgotten about a month later. There's no career after that.
You could get your face on a Wheaties box.
That was a thing. Everybody needs to understand that was the thing. Winning Olympic gold and getting on a Wheaties box, that was a payday, man. Yeah. That was a payday. Now it's nobody eats Wheaties anymore. Who eats Wheaties? Did Wheaties even make it on our cereal get ranked? No.
We all the cereals we put on there were like stuff you wanted to eat. The only reason you got the Wheaties was because when you were a kid, it had Michael Jordan on the front or something. So you're like, I want to get the box with Michael Jordan. But as far as cereals go, it's like, put some sugar on that shit. Or get it out of my closet.
I honestly don't think I've ever eaten Wheaties once in my life. I don't think I have.
Because flakes that aren't Frosted Flakes, they got the little frosted coating, so that gives you a couple seconds. But like freaking just the normal flakes, like Wheaties are, turn to mush like literally after 2 seconds. You can't eat the shit unless you like porridge, because that's what it freaking is after 3 seconds. Ugh. Yeah, nasty.
That's too close to
it's oatmeal cookie level of nasty.
I know. It's too close to oatmeal. Ugh.
I was gonna ask you on that thing. I know you said Gal was pushing it. Is she pro oatmeal cookie or
she's
against
pro oatmeal raisin cookie? She and Jeremy have been fighting in the DM room all night.
What is wrong with that girl?
I know.
Sometimes you just
I told her I can't save her. She keeps thinking like this. I cannot be a hero and save people when they don't have proper mental alignment. Oatmeal cookies are nasty.
Man, I look fucking purple as shit. I need to turn on my other light because it looks like somebody's been slapping me around or some shit like my pimp. Maybe I told Gal the oatmeal cookies bite
You
ass.
are the devil, so you
smacked
could be a
me.
little red if you need to. It's all right.
Yeah. Well, I look purple. That's the thing, though. It looks like
one of these
bruise.
days, my whole thing is depending on what basically screen I'm running behind me on the TV here, it will change the color of my face reflecting off this monitor. Like if I change it to something more white, suddenly I'll become a little blue. So I got to be very careful sometimes what I choose because I hope and pray for the day I can move out of here, which is going to really try this year because the rent is going up this month and it's intolerable. So one more lease on this apartment, and then hopefully maybe the channel can kick into gear and I can afford to move me and my mom out of here and get us someplace else. But I want to when I have a real room, not just this tiny ass little room where the best lighting is from a lamp in the background you all make fun of me for. I'll get a real lighting, real space, and not rely on my monitors to be my lighting. Because it's really annoying when I'm making a video and I'm facing the main monitor right here. And it's a white web page, which doesn't have a dark mode. Because I've tried the extensions that make all pages dark mode, but it screws up the text on the screen. Then I can't read anything. So sometimes when there's a white screen, it's basically I look like I'm getting blasted by headlights, and it's terrible, and it looks terrible on the camera. So I always try to have a secondary tab open for the whatever I'm talking about, which has a dark mode, so I can switch to it, and I don't look like I'm just caught like a deer in the headlights. So I want to get to a point where I have better lighting, so I'm not reliant on my monitors for my lighting, and I can adjust it. I mean, I'm just kind of happy that the current. Well, I guess the current thing on StreamYard here, I don't know what it is. Originally, maybe it's the new lampshade. Usually the lampshade behind me used to be purple for some reason, but now it has a normal color to it. I don't know why it changed. I forget why, but YouTube woes, guys. YouTube woes. First world problem.
Yes, streamer problems. I did want to say though, when Sam gets here, I'll do it. What? I got the.
Oh yeah, wait till Samuel gets here. Yeah. Explain what you're doing, Devil. Explain what you're doing.
I am going to live do the viral In-N-Out pickle Coke or Dr. Pepper.
He's gonna do the pickle in the soda thing.
Yep, you got to put 2 orders of pickles and then take a drink, try it, and then afterwards you're supposed to throw a sports pepper in there, and it kind of did a viral video on it. It's became so like I asked the girl, and is it me or is all the girls who work for fucking In-N-Out fucking hot as shit? I
don't have an In-N-Out around here, but do I? I think I don't have it on there. I showed this on Ballbusters. Let me see if I still have it here. Hang on, I might still have it bookmarked. Is this it? No, I don't. That's a different pair of tits. That's for this week's. Now, well, basically, it's like these 2 chicks, super hot chicks at In-N-Out Burger. I was just like, yeah, I'm ready to go to In-N-Out Burger right now. I'm ready to go. They're in these like leather dress, completely open down the front. Just like, I'm eating a French fry. I'm just like, yes, eat my French fries.
The girl who took my order, cute. I was like, and she's all like, yeah, I've heard of that. Oh my god, you're gonna do it? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Going on my friend's channel and I'm doing it live. And then I get up to the window and the girl at the window is cute. Unfortunately, she couldn't get my shit right because she put ice in the soda, so I had to sit there and like scoop the fucking ice out. Thank you. So it probably tastes like my hand at this point.
I hate ice in soda. I'm gonna say that. I don't like ice in anything because it's just gonna water it down. And that was why I was always glad for my times when I used to go to fast food restaurants when they allowed you to fill your own drink, because then I could actually get my money's worth and fill it up without ice and not have it be 35-50% ice.
I don't mind ice as long as you drink it right then. But if you're not planning on drinking it for an hour driving home, as I did, it was kind of shitty. Oh, and she originally freaking forgot the pickles and the sports peppers, even though the girl specifically put on there to have those. I was about to pull away, and I reached in the bag and went, Yeah, pickles, pepper.
I don't have it. I don't have the Lethal Weapon 2 clip, but Leo going, never go to the drive-thru. They F you in the drive-thru.
F you in the drive-thru.
Because I never go. There was a period of time, it was like way back in the day.
Felt like Ryan.
Exactly. Well, it's true. They will F you in the drive-thru because they don't give a shit. One time, way back in the day, I think it was the early 90s, early mid-90s, we did a big McDonald's run. And I don't like cheeseburgers. I know. Yell at me all you want. I like just a straight up hamburger. Ketchup, pickles on my hamburger. Ketchup, mustard. I'll go with sauteed onions. But we went to McDonald's, so we were all getting big bags of just like hamburgers, And I got the basic McDonald's hamburgers. Back then, they were 50 cents a hamburger. Man, you could load up. It was great, and you just power through them. It was awesome. And we got the bags, and my bag was a bag of cheeseburgers. I was like, and of course they get to just scrape it off. I said, you fucking scrape it off. Don't tell me scrape it off. People don't understand it. It's infused. The flavor is infused in the beef when it melts on there. I don't like processed American cheese. I don't like it.
Well, it's not just the taste. I mean, I don't mind American cheese, but it's not just the taste. That shit is like glue. Once it's melted on shit, you got to fucking like sit it there and literally like dissect the fucking thing to get it all off.
Yeah. So ever since there came a point where I said, screw it, I'm going to walk in and I'm going to get my order. And that was it. I've never done drive-thru again. I always will walk in and get my order. And when I stop, I will go like this. Doop. I'll take a look, make sure everything's right. And sometimes, it's been a long time, but with that pattern, I always got what I ordered 90% of the time. Of course, I was always, whenever I went to back in the day when I was going to McDonald's and I was going to get a burger, I would get a quarter pounder, but I'd say, can I have a quarter pounder, no cheese? And when you do that, they have to make it fresh. They have to make it fresh so it's not sitting there. So I would always get my quarter pounder, no cheese.
The problem is every piece of food's sitting there.
The burgers
are pre-steamed and
you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's all nasty.
You know what I mean? They had you get it as fresh as you can get it, is what I'm saying. Honestly, the best thing is chicken nuggets. Just get chicken nuggets. I don't care if they're cookie cuttered into those shapes. Chicken nuggets are awesome.
I'm like a freaking freak when it comes to nuggets. I eat the crust first off of them and then like eat the little flaccid nugget. I'm a weirdo.
That's psycho behavior.
Yeah,
you have to strip your nugget before you could eat.
I do. I'm probably getting. You should call Criminal Minds. Say I got one, guys. No, but I back when they had those burgers for hella cheap or cheeseburgers, me and my friends decided we're gonna go and we're gonna take like the week's worth of lunch money and go and buy as many as we can. We're gonna have this eating competition. And as in high school, as it usually was, I was stoned out of my fucking mind. So we get there, we order each as many. I think you could get like 20, I think was the limit. Anyway, we get that. And and even though I'm a big dude, I was a big dude then, always been a big dude. I've never been able to eat that much. I've never been able to be like, eating competition, pack it in. It's just not my thing. I get sick if I try to eat too quickly and shit. But this particular time I was able to eat like freaking like 14 of those damn things.
Jeez.
Stoned out of my mind. And the reason we know is because one of the girls actually kept track of our wrappers. And it turned out I ate like 14 or 12 or 14, some shit like that. Stoned out of my brain.
I think my best for like regular McDonald's hamburgers, I think it was somewhere between 10 and 15 before I tapped out. I mean, this is teenager, so you had a bottle in the stomach when you were a teenager.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Now I can't even eat 3. If I tried to eat 3, I'd be like,
I don't. I mean, there was a thing. I mean, I think Darth mentioned it, the McChicken. When they first released the McChicken, and then they had the variant like a special McChicken. Oh, dude, it was so good. The one they released when it had the buttered bun and like just this big ass pickle on top of it. See, that's where I like my pickles. I like my pickles in my sandwich, not my soda.
Why is that fake ass mayonnaise that they use at McDonald's fucking good? For some reason, the mayonnaise on it was
I don't
good.
like. I don't like the mayo. I don't like mayo. I even like that. No. I used to get. There was a period of time where I was so bad. I would go to various McDonald's around town to see which one served me the better McChicken or special McChicken sandwich, like McChicken Crisp, I think it was called, something like that. It was
Oh
just so good.
no.
That was like my worst, me at my worst eating fast food because I just didn't give a shit at the time. I mean, I don't care. And back then it wasn't expensive. I mean, like you said, like Darwa said right now, the sandwich alone is $5. Back then for $5, that's freaking supersize, and you got everything, and you were done.
Man, I'm surprised I got out of In-N-Out the way I did. I grabbed my dad a double because every time I go through In-N-Out, if I don't get him something, he's gonna lose his fucking mind. He loves that shit. I grabbed myself a double, and the soda and the pickles. It was only $13. I was expecting 25 with how the prices are at McDonald's and shit. It's gonna be 25 for 2 burgers and a soda.
I know,
and it ended up being 13. I was like,
it's unreal.
I'm gonna come here every day.
It's unreal. I mean, from like a regular shopping perspective, I just keep watching the prices go up and up on things. I mean, here, look, you and Ariel are making a love connection now. She eats the skin off the nuggets first too.
I know. That's why I was all like, "Oh no,
you're scared now.
This
you're
scared. Is the first sign." Yeah. Yep. Can you hear the music in the background? That da 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 da. It's in times.
Oh man, yeah.
Me and Ariel are the gatekeeper and the what's it? Gatekeeper and something master.
Oh
right?
no! It's Vince Chlorophyll, Keymaster of Gozer. Are you the gatekeeper?
Gatekeeper, yeah, and the Keymaster. Wait, me and her
Only
gonna shake hands and it's all done.
Only problem is she's the Keymaster and she's gonna peg you. That's the problem.
Oh hell no! You stay away.
Yeah, I want to go. I mean, 20 years ago, even 20 years ago, I want to go back 25 years ago when it was the 90s. I want to go back to the 90s when shit was still sane. In terms of there was a balance. I mean, yeah, Bill Clinton was in office, but there was a balance in the world, and everything wasn't, priced out of your mind. Because I remember this stuff. I remember, buying. I mean, this is high school, so I remember what we would spend on pizzas, what we would spend going out or on Friday nights when we go places, and it didn't break the bank. I mean, I pity what the young folks have to do right now to go out and so-called have a good time.
Yeah,
I mean, it's messed up. It's messed up, and not to say that I was Mr. out on the town guy. I mean, I just kind of went with the flow with whatever section of my friend group I was with. I didn't really care. I was just kind of, okay, I'm chilling out, whatever. I mean, frankly, half the time it was, okay, yay, we're a Blockbuster. What are we going to rent? And then there's an hour in freaking Blockbuster fighting.
Oh, man. We are all so surprised that Adam was not the Fonz.
Listen, no. As beautiful as I am, no, I have, and I can admit this because I am not afraid to. I had the worst luck in high school with girls. I always chose the wrong girl to go after, or I had the worst timing that the girl who was into me, I was so nervous about it that I delayed too long and missed those perfect opportunities. So I had a horrible batting average in high school. It was rotten. It was rotten. Didn't get much better in college because again, I just went, you go after the wrong girls is the problem. And I always stayed too long in the friend zone and then got friend zoned. So hey, it is what it is. I will not try to pretend that I was some sort of Lothario in high school or in college. It was very hit or miss. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss, but it is what it is. If I could go back in time, one of the things I would tell young me is, dude, when it comes to the girls, don't give a shit. Just don't care. Don't think falling in lust is falling in love. Do not think that. You'll get over it real quickly. So just and other thing I will say to me is also don't rely on just your school. You needed to widen the playing field. There was so many more opportunities out there if you hadn't been so concerned about just keeping it local. So that's one thing I would definitely tell young me. When it comes to the girls, don't give a shit because guess what? It's not going to hurt that bad when they reject you because you're going to get over it real fast. That and masturbation helps. So
Yeah, there we go. Oh, I loved her so much. There we go. It's over it. I'm
Post-nut
past it.
clarity. Post-nut clarity is a real thing. You think clear. It's like, wow, why was I caring about this chick? And then the worst is that when you realize that the ones that were leading you along, who were just kind of toying with you, not because they were really not into you, but because the one that they were really waiting for them to ask them out for like something or other, it wasn't going to happen. So they were just toying with you and another dude. Because one time there's one chick, I won't name names. She was basically had me and this other dude dancing on her strings, and we didn't realize it until way later. We're like, dude, were we really competing for this? He goes, yeah, we were. It's like, wow, okay. What was wrong with us? she treated us like shit. She just like totally was never going to be into either of us because the one dude she wanted was never going to be there. So
yeah, it sucks when you
yeah,
you actually find the girl and yeah, it just doesn't work out.
Alex Vang, does the Tony Doom feel similar to where Flash replaced Reverse Flash as I didn't watch CW DC, so I can't really do that comparison. All I know is that, and I've talked about it on stream and on video today, it's retarded. It doesn't do anything. I mean, Devil, you haven't had a chance to really talk about this. What do you think about Tony Stark being, or Robert Downey Jr. now being Doctor Doom in the MCU for the next Avengers movies?
I don't know. It's kind of to me it feels like it's they're trying to do like a member berry but not do it the
It's
same way.
nostalgia. It's nostalgia.
Yeah,
baby.
they're everyone who loved the MCU loved Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man so much that to do this it's feels like they're trying to backdoor member berry us. You know, get
You're
us
basically
hooked.
right.
Yeah.
It's desperation. And Ariel, I
Yeah.
did post it. It's everybody scroll up in the chat. I should pin it. I'll pin it. Let me go back up and I'll pin it. Let me go where I did post a link to the vote to it. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, do it on this site. Stupid. God damn it. It's like, do it in studio, dumbass. Here we go. I will pin this to the top of the chat. Now pinned at the top is the link. Don't let oatmeal raisin cookies win the day, everybody. Oh, okay. Oh, you're talking about movie Flash, Ezra Miller Flash. No, I don't see that. I don't see it like that. Yeah, I don't see it like that. I feel like it's desperation. And I go watch my video today. I kind of boiled down what we talked about on Roundtable on Sunday. It's just a whole lot of desperation. It's a really stupid move. And it's because they have no plan. They don't know what they're doing. Not at all. So I think I said it yesterday. I said it again today. I'll say it again now. Listen, they're probably going to lure a bunch of people into that Doomsday movie. A whole bunch of people are going to go watch that because the normies will just see Avengers, Doomsday, Robert Downey Jr. Oh, hey, I'll go look at this. I'll go check it out. It's what's going to happen after that. That's going to be the true telling. Are they going to show up to Secret Wars a year later? That's the question.
Here's the thing: is it would be a good move for them if they capitalized on it by actually starting to change course. But they're not gonna. They're gonna get everyone to go, like you said, because normies will go, oh, it's an Avenger. Oh, Robert Downey Jr. is in it. And they're gonna automatically go. So they're gonna sell a shit ton of tickets to that, but we know exactly how this tale susses out. They're gonna then interject a bunch of shit that drives all the people who know what's going on crazy, make us leave. And so ticket sales are going to go right back down. This isn't going to jumpstart the MCU again. This isn't going to bring the audience back to these superhero movies that has left.
Yeah.
Not unless they fix shit. And they're not going to fix shit. Like you said, it's just to get normies to go, Robert Downey Jr., I'm going. And that's what it is.
That's it. And the normies are just going to be confused. They're just going to be confused. Why is Tony Stark Doctor Doom? Why is Iron Man Doctor Doom? It's just going to cause confusion because they don't follow this shit the way we do. They're not constantly reading articles. They're not full-on nerds who know the difference between Tony Stark and Victor Von Doom. They're not. it's just confusion and stupidity. And here's the thing: I don't think the stands are enough to move the needle. It's the normies that move the needle. The stands are idiots. I mean, everybody who freaked out and clapped in Hall H on Saturday night, they're there because they're clapping seals. That's why they're there. They're not there as true fans. Same people that were being in the Star Wars room and they were there. Same ones are there in the tiny room where they did Doctor Who. These are clapping seals. It's an event. Comic-Con, for the most part, or at least the event rooms where they all go and get the announcements, it's geared towards the minority who are stands and fake fans and tourists. That's who it's geared for. Because guys like Gary, Nerdrotic, who was there to do actual nerd stuff, they're not going to those presentations anymore unless they're doing it for recording content purposes to do a commentary. They're not going there because they're excited. They're going there either for work or they're skipping it and hanging out with people in the con themselves or outside the con where parties are going on in the parking lot or shit like that.
Yeah, isn't it funny that the draw to a con is more people who show up to the con than those panels or stuff anymore? It used to be those panels were like standing room only. And yeah, now you see some of them, they're not even half full, quarter full. Nope. People just don't give a shit.
Here, I'll bring up I made fun of somebody who was the MC apparently at the Doctor Who one yesterday. And I replied to them because they were stupid enough to show the picture of what the room looked like. Here's the room where they had the Doctor Who panel. Devil, this isn't, that's not a bigger packed room, is it? I mean, it's packed, but it's a small ass room. There's nobody there. That's not a crowd. That's a bunch of fake fans and stars. And I was talking about this with Jed on Sunday. And I said, compare this to when Doctor Who was at its high during the end of Tennant's run and into Matt Smith's run when it was running on all cylinders. It was a rock star event at con.
Yeah. They could have had a room 4 times big as that, and it was still filled up during Tenet and after. But yeah, no, and I don't know why anyone would show up when you know the show's dying. That's the thing is they sit there and the stands will sit there and cheer for these things and act like this somehow negates the fact that these shows are freaking falling apart. They're losing. What they have another season after this, a Doctor Who, but then after that they haven't been renewed, right?
Yeah, the thing is this though is that, and to your point there, and to Grease's point, yeah, it flopped so bad that the rumor is Disney is at this point not ponying up any more money for a season 3 because they just finished filming season 2, or they're in the process of it. They still probably got to do the Christmas special for that one, but then after that, Disney might not pony up any more money. Now, Jed wisely explained that because there are so many people involved in the Doctor Who pie, there are other income avenues that could come in, revenue streams that come in. But is Sony going to want to pony up money? The BBC has no money. Hello, Samuel.
Hola.
You oatmeal raisin cookie eating heathen.
They're good. Fuck you.
No, they're not. They're terrible.
What is wrong with you, dude?
I like raisins. I like oatmeal. We put them together in a cookie. It's delicious.
So do freaking monks.
How are you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I was listening to a little bit of show on my way over here, and I heard us going from cooking to McDonald's to some other shit, and I was like, "Is this a show about Dermy?"
Well, he ain't here. He ain't here. He has not been summoned. But yeah, we're bouncing all over the place. We're bouncing all over the place because now that you're here, though, we can get started on our purchased airtime because we have videos to catch up on. We have videos to watch, catch up on. Let's start with a light one, real quick. I do have a trailer to torture you both with. But first, let's see. Let's get. Wait a minute. Here we go. One of the ones Ariel wants us to watch. Another Flash gets. What if Disney bought Dragon Ball Z? So let's start clearing our back.
Real quick. Real
Yeah.
quick, Legatus. I won't say that pineapples belong on pizza all the time, but sometimes, like ass to mouth in the heat of the moment, it's forgivable.
Heat of the moment. I'm gonna read into that.
Thank you for comparing pineapples to ass. That's I really appreciate that.
I mean, I did say ass to mouth, so I'm really comparing pineapples to ass flavored dick.
Or pineapples.
Here we are. Okay. So Flash Kids. What if Disney bought Dragon Ball Z? So Disney bought Dragon Ball Z, Flash Kids. Ariel pre-purchased one on Anime Odyssey this week, so let's have a watch.
Flash Kids.
That still freaks me out when they do that.
I look like a gay Boy Scout.
We've got to blend in, Mick. If they find out we're here, well, this whole acquisition goes right down the shitter.
They won't find out.
Prince Vegeta.
You want to buy this franchise? Well, I have some demands.
That's a pretty good approximation of Vegeta's voice. That's pretty good. Give him that.
I'll take your word for it.
It is. Of the English dub. It's pretty good. All right.
What do you want?
I want to see Scarlett Johansson's fat tits.
I
You
mean,
don't have that kind of cash.
Don't lie to me, Mouse.
We can maybe swing one of Hillary Duff's titties.
Okay, but no.
That's even wrong because she went full Christian. Hillary Duff did, didn't she?
Well,
she went full Christian. So.
Yes, she did. She actually got out of show business altogether and is being a stay-at-home mom, raising her family, like a very, and from what I can gather, a very good mother. So
isn't she? No, didn't she? Now she's in How I Met Your Father. Isn't she in that show now?
That was a year ago.
I mean, I
that
don't watch it. But,
that got canceled. Yeah, that got canceled.
But I'd still see Hillary Duff in the buff if I could.
Yeah, but it's a far cry from that scene she did with John Cusack where she puts a scorpion in her crotch. What was that movie called?
I did not see that.
I don't remember. But yeah, so that's So just at real world commentary, Hillary Duff ain't taking those titties out. She ain't doing that.
Dixies backsies. Hmm?
Vegeta, hurry!
Not over sale. Not up for sale. Oh, shit.
Goddamn Japanese businessman! You ruin everything!
You ruined the Star Wars.
Yes.
I mean, accurate.
You grow the Star Wars. Damn it.
You ruined the Ryan King. You win.
You ruined the Ryan King. Oh, these stereotypes are gonna kill me.
Ruined Dragon Ball Z. That's what I was counting on. It's perfect, really. You get to Star Wars, another beloved franchise, and I get to see one of Hillary Duff's tig bitties. Every
He even did the Tig Bitty reversal.
Everyone wins, except Kakarot, whose brand won't be worth a nickel after the mouse milks him raw. Wait, Hillary Duff's still 15, right?
Oh no.
Oh, Gal's not gonna be happy about that. They made Vegeta into a pedo.
Oh, that is wrong. Vegeta is not a pedo. He goes all over MILF Bulma, man. Oh no.
That took a turn.
That took a real turn.
No, Vegeta, she's 40.
Oh, Mickey, take me with you. I need to see Duff. Duff Smurf. Duff Smurf. Duff Smurf. That's what I was counting on.
Are you in love?
Okay, that's just their promo. Okay. They ruined Vegeta. They ruined Vegeta. Vegeta's a pedo
That's
now.
that one line took that whole skit and put it in a place I don't want to be.
I know. Everyone was on board. We're all laughing. Oh, this is so great. And then that, she's still 15. All was just like our faces.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
No.
I wasn't laughing at this shit. I'm out
no.
Yeah, I'm so offended. I'm gonna change my avatar.
You know how many people you've broken with that Garfield thing?
He enjoys it.
I got a tally.
I still haven't watched it though, so I'm not broken yet.
Twisted man. You know, he goes to like freaking family reunions, goes over by the children and goes, "Hey kids, you guys want to see something really fun? Hit play."
You know what? You're not wrong. And I actually did watch it again on Friday before Beelzebub, because I wasn't sure she had said in the past that she was going to bring it up as a topic, and then she never did because it's messed up. But I was just like, I want to be up to date. So yeah, I did watch the video again myself.
Okay,
because I like it.
We'll do another flash here. So another one she purchased was Disney Star Wars Nightmare and Disney Diversity Plan. All right, so let me plug those in real quick. Stop. All right, so stop. Stupid fucking thing. The autoplay pisses me off even when I turn it off. All right, flash gets. All right, what do you think? Since they mentioned Star Wars, we'll go Disney Star Wars Nightmare. Star Wars Nightmare. Okay. Disney Star Wars Nightmare. All right. Stop. I swear to God. I hate these things. Okay. All right. Let's do another one and see if we can also have inappropriate laughter with this.
George Lucas to see Mickey Mouse. George.
Okay, all right, come on. If you're gonna do George, you gotta do the George. Gotta do the George voice. Gotta do the George voice. Come on.
I like how they put the beard right under his lips and like gives him like the
super toad chin toad.
Do you want to see how Toy Story is made? Sure.
What the hell?
Oh no, that's a woodchipper.
Oh no!
And they've got the ears on and everything.
What?
Jesus Christ!
It's got dark real fast. What?
Holy shit!
God damn it, that got dark so fast. At least they waited halfway through the other one before it got dark. Oh man. Oh.
That's no good.
Oh.
Toy Story 5. I know it's a little unorthodox.
They are coming out with Toy Story 5. Hang on, when was this made? Let me see when this was made. Hold on. 4 years ago. Yeah, they announced Toy Story 5 last year. So there is a Toy Story 5 coming out, and it's dipped in the hopes and dreams of discarded children.
We better check the missing persons thing and see if about 4 years ago there was some little kid in a Woody outfit gone missing.
Right. God. This reminds me of the first Legacy of Kain game, because you could go into somebody's house and kill them and drink their blood or mutilate them or whatever, and then you'd walk out and you could go back in and their ghost would be there and you could do the same thing to their ghost.
How you feeling about the remasters?
Yeah, they should probably just leave that shit alone.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Should, but they ain't.
But if every Toy Story film doesn't literally contain the tender soul of a beautiful middle-class child, it'll flop.
A beautiful middle-class child.
Well,
so was that movie Red made from an ugly child? Is that what we're trying
to... Ew.
I mean, it was made from probably a child on the cusp of womanhood.
No, stop. Stop.
The movie and the franchise dies. Star Wars, on the other hand, much less complicated. This is Steven. I diverted him from Disneyland this morning.
No, leave that poor nerd alone. He's never going to see his penis. Leave him alone.
Oh no, how'd they get Dermy?
I was trying to think of a Dermy joke. I'm trying to think of a Dermy joke. It's a shame.
You guys ever notice how much Dermy looks like Seuss from Gravity Falls?
I don't think I've seen Gravity Falls.
I think I've seen the character, but I didn't watch the show. Is that the tall one with the blonde hair or whatever?
It's the tall pear-shaped man.
Yeah, I've seen pictures.
See, that's all I need.
I look like him,
okay, that's all I need.
Release
Is that shit?
Straight from J.J. Abrams' asshole.
That's a lot of from what the course of his whole life.
Oh, that's a lot of shit. Well, listen. What? Honestly, I know some people like some stuff, but for me personally, everything Jar Jar's ever done is shit. I have not liked anything he's ever done. Not really. I even if I sort of liked what was it called, the Garner Show,
Alias.
Yeah, season 1 was interesting, but it shat the bed so quickly. I was out.
Well, the thing is, that's what all Abram properties do. Is the first one is decent, or the first season or two are decent, and then it just completely goes off the wall. Fringe, the first like 1 or 2 seasons of Fringe is actually pretty decent. Then it shits the bed, and that just seems to be Lost. Same thing, right? That was one of his.
Lost was
famous.
Yeah, Lost was a special example of like fucking bad writing.
But that's how it is. Every single one of his projects, the first season, sometimes 2, are decent, and then after that, just complete and utter shit.
And then you look at his movies; he's basically literally copying what other people did, or has no understanding. JJ Trek, it wasn't Star Trek.
There's a couple of things that he's done that I don't mind so much. I liked Super 8. I liked Cloverfield for the most part.
I didn't watch Cloverfield, so I can't say that one, but I didn't like
I think
Super 8.
10 Cloverfield Lane is a better movie, but I think that it was Bad Robot was attached to it because they owned the Cloverfield property, but I don't think JJ actually had anything to do with that movie.
And of course JJ's a thief. Took $500 million of Warner Brothers money and did nothing with it. Did absolutely nothing with it.
Right about the time he was telling us that White Comfort needed to come to an end, too.
Mm-hmm. You're correct, sir.
To be fair, they're the idiots who gave him money. I mean,
true. Listen, I'm not crying for Warner Brothers. Yeah, I'm not crying.
JJ's the e-girl of fucking Hollywood.
well,
Disney's a simp.
Did he at least write their name on his thigh? Is what the question is.
He's the e-girl that got used by Steven Spielberg, and he said, "Hey, I've used this one. You guys can have it now. I give it my seal of approval after it's all dried out and wrung." So.
Well, that's been his entire problem. Dude's got surrogate daddy issues.
Mm-hmm.
That's his whole shtick, right? He's always wanted to not be like Spielberg. He's wanted to be Spielberg, and the problem with that is that A, there's only one Spielberg, and B, Spielberg has talent. Or had anyway.
Had talent. And
so he has his daddy issues. He could have became a stripper or a show producer. He chose the latter.
Instead, he became an ethos. He takes money and gives nothing back.
All right, let's keep watching the shit.
Now we just add a little dash of your original works. A lightsaber, or a blaster, or the unethical use of unused footage of a beloved actress even though she's dead.
Oh no!
Oh, that's rough.
I recently was picking on a troll, or at least maybe I was trolling. So I was picking on a Stan as a troll, and they were trying. It was during the Acolyte kerfuffles going on a couple weeks ago, and some of them were trying to make an argument that it was during the CGI stuff. Oh no, I remember. It was when Star Wars Theory released his Dark Empire, first teased his Dark Empire adaptation of the comic that he's releasing through AI art and shit like that. And they all started yelling at him. All the stands were yelling at him about, oh, how dare you do this? How dare you use Carrie Fisher's likeness? You're horrible. And I didn't want to get too more involved than I already had in terms of trolling a couple of them. But how fucking retarded are you when Disney used footage of her after she was dead for Rise of Skywalker? That the only reason Daisy Ridley Ray looks like she does in that movie is so that her outfit could match up with the remaining footage they had of Carrie Fisher. That's fucking ghoulish behavior.
Now, to play devil's advocate just for a second, I don't think, like, if it's something that they had actually filmed prior to her death and had intended to include in it, and she had known about that, I don't think that's necessarily like such a bad thing. Actors have died during the making of things before, and they have continued to use footage that they've already filmed. The Crow is
for the last movie.
Yeah,
it was for the last movie, not this movie. That's
sure, but like, you know, that's what I'm saying is, like, if they had already had the footage done, she would have known about it because she was there when it was filmed. So I don't see necessarily that that's an issue. Where it gets weird for me is like when they did like fucking Rogue One, and they just CGI'd a brand new fucking, you know, young Leia,
which didn't even look like
Carrie
her
Fisher's de-aged face. Yeah, it was awful looking and shit. That is where it gets weird for me, but that's not necessarily because I think she was still alive when that came out.
She was alive,
and so she would have probably given her consent.
She did. She gave her consent. That was just a bad move by Disney because it looked horrible. But I still say the Rise of Skywalker thing is ghoulish because that was for a different movie. That the footage in that was not intended for the third movie because that wasn't JJ's footage. That was Rian Johnson's footage. So JJ appropriated it to honor Carrie Fisher and have her be alive for a second. So to me, it was ghoulish. And the CGI Tarkin was just as bad. There's no consent. He's dead.
Yeah. And that's where it gets weird for me, because then it gets into like the murky, like, you know, oh, we're going to start using people's likenesses, even though they've passed away and can't give consent kind of shit. You know, I imagine that their estates or their beneficiaries or their heirs or whatever are not going to see a fucking dime from any of that. You know, like that's where it gets murky for me legally. But like, even if they're just reusing leftover footage that they've already shot with Carrie, I don't see as big an issue with that as you do. Although, you know, I can kind of see from like a, I guess a right or wrong standpoint, sure, it's ghoulish, but from like a movie making standpoint, and like, I mean,
I'll
she was
give
an
you
actress.
that.
This is what she does.
I'm gonna stand on the side of what it. I'll give you the movie bit, but it's morally wrong.
Yeah.
To me, it's it's morally wrong. But as for the Peter Cushing stuff, that probably falls to the thing that where George originally did all that stuff, he bought all their likenesses for those characters in perpetuity. So once you were a character in Star Wars, George owned your face for that character. So Star Wars could do what they want with it. But then again, when George did Revenge of the Sith, when you see Tarkin at the end of Revenge of the Sith, that's the dude that played Scorpius in Farscape. They actually had somebody step in and reprise the role, even visually. They brought in somebody. You could bring him back in. I suddenly can't remember his name on this one. I'm having a brain fart moment.
Ariel, they might have got the family's consent because the thing is it's not hard. The families are willing to sell their loved one out for freaking money in a heartbeat. Not everyone, but a lot of them. I mean, look at how it was with Tolkien's family. You know, his son was protective over his legacy. The second the son's gone, the rest of the family was all like, "Yeah, do whatever you want with it. You know, make the hobbits as gay. Who gives a shit? Just give us money."
Here's another angle. So after Carrie Fisher died, her mother died, right? Like almost immediately after. Right. So that family was heart. That family was going through some shit. So it is also possible that they gave consent to use that footage just so they could see their daughter once more time. You know,
maybe.
We of course have no idea what went on, but that was a rough time for the family there. Anyway, so dead Leia body. Thanks, Disney. Go ahead and use it.
It is the other thing. Like, I'm looking at this right there. Yeah. Her neck is not long enough to sit at that angle. That is fucked up.
It's been there for 10 minutes.
Go
Wars.
See, that's the one part of this I don't agree with is they're using like they're trying to sit there and say like fans like us would do this. No, we'd be in there fucking ready to kill somebody if they pulled that shit. They need to have Disney Star Wars fans which would have pink hair and be transgender. Not
like this cat. What did they say his name was? He got pulled out of the ride.
We'll just call him Dermy.
He needs to be wearing like a fucking pink helmet.
Yeah. No, see that's the clapping seals. Those are the clapping seals right now. Who see something go, Diamonds! We go.
How did Kenny get out of his helmet?
Star Wars. Not a single good movie in what? 40 years? Yet the fans show up.
Hey,
every
I'm with them.
time. I want that for Toy Story, George. What's the secret? How did you do it?
I don't know. Have you tried asking him why he likes it so much?
There's no use. I'm not allowed to abduct U.S. citizens, so I have to source fans from Disneyland Paris. They don't speak a lick of English.
And there's not that many of them.
See?
That's not French.
Let's go back a second. I want to hear that again.
They don't speak a lick of English. See?
That's retard.
That's not French.
Is he gonna say it's one of the languages?
That's not French. Retard. He speaks.
Oh, okay.
I got it. Look at that. I called it.
Is he gonna say it's one of the languages? I'm gonna be like, that's bullshit.
No, it's retard.
But yeah,
retard.
What?
Jeremy can translate retard.
Yes. Quick, get Dermy in here.
Yes.
I've been able to speak it for as long as I can remember.
Wait, that's it. Star Wars fans aren't French. They're retarded. And so,
I mean,
hey,
same diff, really.
I take that personally.
I know. This is an attack on us, Ariel. What the fuck?
I'm not that retarded.
I'm with Mickey. There hasn't been a good Star Wars movie in 40 fucking years.
We are not doing this right now. We are not doing that right now. We are not doing this right now. Not happening.
Anyway, he's gonna come in and start yelling.
Star Wars contains your retarded essence. Oh. Now, how do I replicate that for Toy Story?
Oh no, he's gonna fucking put the retard in
Oh no.
It's an awful way to kill him.
Oh, he's too fat to go through.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness.
You got to get a plunger on that
Ariel, you got some. You decided to pick ones that crossed lines here, man.
Okay. All right. Let's. All right.
You want me to do the soda? I got to go grab some ice for it.
All right.
I'll be back in like 5.
Devil's gonna do a bit of content for us. So go get some ice, and Devil's gonna drink his soda with the pickle in it and the peppers and the thing.
Yeah.
Ready for that?
Oh, hey, you did you remember that we had a video that we were supposed to watch for Jay?
It's right here.
Okay,
I got it right here.
Awesome. Because I forgot what it was, but I remember.
No, it's the last season of Stargate Atlantis. I went back and I have access to the old super chat, so I went back and looked up what it was. So I could get it. The only one I can't seem to get is the old one Ariel wants us to do, the Galactic Battle one. We'll have to look for that one a little bit harder because that one is not coming up in my searches. So we'll try for that. But we gave Ariel Flash Kit. She's got one more too, so we'll look at that one. But after Devil does the Dr. Pepper pickle hot pepper thing, I'm going to torch you guys with a trailer before we watch the Stargate thing. It is 20 minutes essentially, so we're going to be with that one for a while. But I want to torch you guys first, and then reward you. I will torch you, then reward you.
Speaking of trailers, so I saw the second. I didn't see the first one, but I saw the second trailer for that Hellboy thing that you mentioned to me last week.
Real quick. Legatus, time that one out, please. Go ahead.
But I don't know. I mean, it kind of gives me Evil Dead vibes in terms of production, but otherwise, it looked kind of interesting.
I haven't watched it. I'm just not interested.
Yeah. No, fair enough. I'm looking at it and I'm just like, this might not be such a bad thing. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Some people I've heard mixed. I've heard people say I'm into it, or people say I'm not into it. Now, I checked that on Hellboy a long time ago. I wasn't really into the comic. I knew other dudes who were so into it that loved it so much. They loved like Robster, Lob, or some character was in it. That's how much they loved it. They loved all the side characters, everything. I was tangentially interested, and then I immediately wasn't. So
fair enough.
It was and then I heard the David Harbour thing was so bad.
Yeah, it is.
That it ruined it. That it ruined it for everybody.
Yeah. It certainly ruined David Harbour as that character for everybody because it was such a fucking shit movie. Like what they did was they didn't bother to attach much of a plot. The plot's very, very fucking simple. So simple that I couldn't tell you what it is because I can't really remember. What I do remember is that they spent more time on makeup and gross out gore effects than they did any other aspect of the film. You know, and it was, some of it looked cool, but it just, it's a nothing burger. You know, you watch it and you're just like, okay, I saw some gross shit and there was some cool effects, but I don't remember anything about what I just watched. You know, it was just fucking bland.
Yeah, it's so. I had a little hope for that when it came out, but then I heard it got so ripped. I was like, oh, okay, it wasn't anything good. So to me, that was almost their last real attempt at it. Because because I don't even like watching the old movie versions anymore. They're not even
because of Perlman.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I found it. It's not StarCon, Ariel. It's not. That's why I was looking. I couldn't find it. I had seen this one, but it wasn't StarCon. It's somebody else. That's why it wasn't coming up in my search. All right. So we got the other one that she paid for a couple of weeks ago. So we got that one. Okay. All right. Yeah. So when is this next Hellboy one come out?
I didn't catch a date on that. It's supposed to be sometime in the next year. But I did the second trailer that they put out for the second teaser gives a lot more. It feels like there's a lot of meat on it. But what really struck me was that they were kind of like, you know how filmmaking was in the 70s when guys were just starting out. It was real rough, right? Like the cinematography is very rough. The quality of the film is kind of grainy and that kind of thing. And I got real Evil Dead vibes from it, you know, like in a good way. So I don't know. I'm not sure what to make of it yet.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure you'll see it and you'll report back on that then. So we'll find out if it's worth. If we'll find out eventually if it's worth anybody's time, I guess. Okay, Devil.
The question is, does it have a preacher that turns into a dinosaur in it? And Sam will truly love it.
That only happens in Velocipaster. Go watch Velocipaster. It's awesome. There's ninjas.
All right, Devil, review once again what you're doing here for people who might
All right. I am somebody put a video out showing a dude who puts pickles and a sports pepper in his Dr. Pepper at In-N-Out. And so people have been trying it. Our Shaka Zulu, one of our friends,
doing it, and we chastised him for it.
He said he liked it, so I figured since I was up in Medford anyway, I would stop by In-N-Out because that's the closest one, and I would get it and abuse my taste buds for your guys' benefit. So,
all right,
Shock is firmly in Camp Pickle, by the way.
Yeah,
for those out there who know.
Yeah, so let's put some ice cubes in this son of a bitch so it's not warm as shit.
We did the Rings of Power 2 trailer on Roundtable yesterday, Ariel. It's there. I didn't cut it out because it was just so stupid. It's not even worth going over again. We're just going to wait for the show in a month. All right.
This is literally the first soda I've had in like 4, maybe 5 months. It's
good. I mean, I only drink like Coke Zero on the weekends. It's my treat for myself on the weekends.
Fuck, I go through a 2-liter Mountain Dew every 2 days.
I love Mountain Dew.
Okay, Boogie.
Yeah, but I'm a fraction of his weight. That's all I'm saying.
I know. I'm sorry. I was just watching EFAB yesterday. So that's fresh off
Sam
my
is
mind.
Boogie's foot, by the way.
I'm his diabetic foot.
Is this supposed to? Am I supposed to put the juice too? You think? It's probably right.
I don't know. I don't
Is
know.
it Dr.
Make
Pepper,
more-
right?
If
Yeah.
Shock wasn't probably sleeping, we could ask him, but he's probably asleep.
Gotta make space for the pickles. Okay,
All right.
this is gonna
All
be
right.
cool. All right, there's
All right,
one.
mix it up.
You're gonna get pickle stuck in your
Hold
mustache.
on, I'm getting.
Mix it up good.
If I go blind because of this, it's all on you people. 2
It's
pickles. Okay.
That's a lot of pickles.
Yeah.
Are these spicy pickles?
I have no idea. I don't know. We will see. Okay, then I'm supposed to try it, and then add the peppers after that. Because you're supposed to try both ways. Okay.
Mix it
So
up
kind
good.
of odd. Yeah.
That is, I mean, it's one thing to eat your burger or your hot dog, and
oh fuck, that's nasty. Oh, that's gross as shit. What was Shock? Shock's a liar, dude.
Of course, Shock's a liar. He shares a brain with Dermy.
Oatmeal cookies and this are his 2 worst takes. Holy crap.
You still got to put the peppers in there, huh?
Oh yeah, no, that's bad. Yeah, I gotta try it with the peppers.
That's just gonna run through you, dude. It's gonna burn on the way out.
I mean, it can't be worse than that chip, right?
I'll put both in. There you go.
And probably not as bad
drop
as
of
the
juice.
chip. Yeah, not as bad as the chip, probably.
Yeah. Oh no, it won't. No, nothing compares to that chip. That chip fucking ruined me. I was seeing like ghosts of ancestors that died.
You were
100
that
years
that
ago.
chip hurt you. I remember that live. You were just like, oh god. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Whole time I'm just sitting there going, "Don't look like a bitch. Anything you do not scream like a bitch from pain." Like,
At least you had the mask on at the time. The mask kind of hid the breaking point of it. So.
Yeah, I was sitting there just going, "God damn, this hurts so bad. I just want to end it."
Yeah, Alex, it's a thing that it's a thing they're doing from In-N-Out Burger. Shock's been doing. Oh God.
Oh God, that's so bad. Oh,
yeah, mix it all up.
I don't know why you do this shit to yourself, man.
That is so nasty. Like I was expecting, because how Shock explained it, I was expecting maybe it's one of those things where it just sounds so nasty, so gross that somehow it ends up good, and you just like it's unexplained.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is just it tastes exactly how you expect it to. Nasty,
like pickles and Dr. Pecker.
Yeah, Dr. Pecker. Yes, exactly. It tastes like a Dr. Pecker. That is gross. I don't want to.
Yeah, we're not going to make you finish it.
That.
You don't.
Yeah,
don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, you did this of your own volition. None of us made you do that.
Yeah, if somebody tipped for it.
Short at him.
If somebody tipped for it, I would finish it because I would owe it to him. But yeah, since I was doing that out of the kindness of my heart, that's as much kind as you get. Right there.
Well, I'm not going to be kind to you guys right now. It's only 1 minute 45 seconds, but they dropped a trailer for the Kurtzman Section 31 movie at Con. I haven't watched it yet, but just from this screen cap, very old looking Michelle Yeoh. Oh no. All right, we're ready to be are we ready to be hurt? Ready to be hurt? Here we go.
Okay, ladies, now let's get information.
See, I like Michelle Yeoh. I just wish
So
she'd
do
stop
I.
taking every script that comes her way.
Yeah,
exactly.
You got your Oscar. Just now be choosy. Be choosy. Now this is Bad Robot. This is Paramount. We might get a claim on this, so we're gonna try and transition our way through it. You know, Ariel, I wish it was a porno. Then I could be excited, because then maybe at least get something I want to see. I don't want to see any of this. All right, so this is supposed to be. I remember hearing Duke Devil, Bradley Burnett. He was talking about this on Saturday and how look, it's supposed to be like it's sectioned off by 31. They're warning you. Contains misfit content. determined by Starfleet Command Media Division. Colorful metaphors, disintegration, Delton fraternizing, reference to unauthorized time jumps.
Well, I hate to say this, but this disclaimer is further proof that Starfleet is in fact a commie utopia.
I know. I don't like it when it leans into that. I hate that. I mean, I don't like
It's
that.
already just. Why am I already getting freaking Guardians of the Galaxy vibe? Like it's gonna be like comical or some shit.
I haven't seen it, so let's find out. I have
know.
not seen this.
An emperor.
Paramount Plus. I thought this was being released in theaters. Are they gonna dump this on Paramount Plus and just hope it goes away?
I thought this was supposed to be a show.
It was
Dumping
originally.
everything on Paramount
Then they
Plus,
turned it into a movie that they've been quietly not talking about.
Maybe it's day and date.
Maybe that's a possibility because they're not making money on this anyway, so they might as well.
Can only be loyal to duty. Thus does the Empire remain strong.
So we got to remember that Michelle Yeoh's character is Mirror Universe Empress, whatever the hell she is.
I just got a bad thought here.
Yeah.
Okay, so she just steps in this black goo, right?
Okay.
I think it's supposed to be blood.
This takes place prior to Kirk, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if that's Armus?
Oh.
I mean, this takes place. If we're going with original timeline, this is pre-Kirk but post Mirror Universe Enterprise. So, Armus.
I don't know if
that'd be bad.
I don't know if it was black goo though, because it had a tinge of red. It might be blood.
I don't necessarily go back because this is X and it might screw up the whole thing, so we might have to start over. So I don't really want to go back.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Thus does it grow. All hail the Emperor!
Emperor? She's Empress.
Did you so that's a throwback to STD season 1 when you find out that so like her regular universe character gets killed in like the in like the fucking pilot, the 2-part pilot of season 1 of STD. And they run into her again when they incorporate the Mirror Universe, and you find out all that shit about Lorca and or Lorca. And you find out that he is from the Mirror Universe, and then they go to the Mirror Universe, and the current emperor at that time is Mirror Universe Michelle Yeoh's character, who was Michael Burnham's captain, and then she gets over. Yeah, it's stupid. It's all fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's completely and it's retarded. Not Star Trek. What the hell?
You're a tyrant who murdered her own people.
She's coming out in platform heels and to do a dance?
And the millions.
This is Hunger Games
Past
shit.
always catches up with you.
It's a Paramount Plus original movie. That's how low this has fallen. They can't even put this out in a theater.
Like I said, I'm getting freaking Guardians of the Galaxy vibe, kind of the look of it, but also they're like laughing and I don't know, it's weird to me.
It doesn't look like Star Trek.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't look like Star Trek.
You're section 31.
What is this?
What was that a smiling Vulcan?
I think I'm going to attempt to go back. Okay. Man, this just
You're section 31.
Yep.
Maybe it's a Romulan?
Nah, the eyebrows are wrong, man.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah. With a Vulcan with two-tone hair.
A gay Vulcan.
Well,
in a parfara man's butt.
Hey,
I don't know. Even Spock in the Mirror Universe, right? In the original series, he was evil, but he was still fucking a creature of logic and not emotion.
That's how Kirk turns him. So man. What is?
Okay, ladies, now let's get in.
Just freaking modern day hip hop.
Telling you, Guardians of the fucking Galaxy. Jesus fucking Christ.
What is this? Her team?
Exactly.
Well, they're
what is
setting
this?
her
There's
up.
Robo Groot. There's
Pseudo Borg. I don't know. Gay Vulcan, women's in training, and black guy.
So there are cyborgs who are not Borg in Star Wars.
I know. I'm making fun
or Star
of it.
Trek also. Sorry, Lobot. But I think this is supposed to be setting her up as not being recruited by Section 31, but founding it.
Oh,
that's where I think this is going, because which, you know, they're going to be flashy and out in public and all this stuff and say they're a secret organization, but they're going to be like, you know, out there, right? Which is fucking stupid, because even by DS9, very few people have ever even heard of Section 31, and it's not integral to anything. It's Starfleet intelligence is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's the CIA for Starfleet.
Yeah, well, call me a liar on what I'm saying, though. You look at it. She's already held a sword. So we already know she has a sword. So she's like, what's her name? The one that Quill likes.
Gamora.
Gamora, that's her name. God, I can never remember her name. He has a freaking long coat with 2 guns. Obviously, Star-Lord. You have a big, probably person, muscular, doesn't talk. Groot. You have a bald freaking looks like a gladiator kind of thing on his jacket there. Obviously supposed to be Drex. Like I said, I literally think they're trying to make like a fake ass fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well,
so is the girl in the back Rocket?
No, she's that bald headed bitch sister who freaking never has any emotion. They'll have a Rocket here soon. We'll see Rocket soon.
Kurtzman learned at the knee of JJ. Copy, 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 and deny, deny, deny.
But didn't they both learn at the same feet?
Mm-hmm.
31 is a Black Ops division. Spy work. Starfleet is here to make sure no one commits murder.
What a cute idea.
That was just voiced over the actual scene. They're not even talking. Oh my god.
You got some coordination.
It's gonna be bumpy and bad.
Oh, all right. That dude right there. I just saw this earlier. This dude right here, he's the same shapeshifter race as Iman was in Star Trek 6.
Oh, fuck. I can't remember what they called themselves.
I don't remember what they're called either. Yeah. But yeah, because he has I saw in another picture, he has the same eyes as she does. So this is a shapeshifter.
Yellow eyes?
Right there it is right there. There it is right there.
Yeah, pure
he's a shapeshifter. Yeah.
So there's your Rocket.
And bad.
She eating an eye?
Yep. Now, again, this is evil mirror universe Michelle Yeoh. So
I know, but
there's
that's
that.
still disgusting.
I mean, she like you remember Saru? Right, the Doug Jones character from STD, the really tall, like scaly alien.
I know of it. Yes.
So there's a whole plot point between her and him, because back in the mirror universe, she eats his kind as a delicacy. There's only a handful of them left. And then she comes here and finds out that there are many more of them. She's delighted. She thinks she has a banquet awaiting her.
Until the retarded one has a hissy fit and destroys all the dilithium in the galaxy.
Even prior to that, when the prey species decided all of a sudden they weren't prey species anymore and just fucking simultaneously evolved all across the galaxy for no goddamn reason because Saru threw a fit.
Oh god, this is so stupid. I just have to stop it because that repetitive shit is melting my brain.
This music sucks.
All I could hear was "This is gay. This is gay."
Yeah, you know what? Might as well be. Will be.
You're a bad bitch.
Oh god, they did not just. That's so cringe.
That is
no
current day slang.
Yeah, bad bitch.
Again.
You're a bad bitch.
Oh my god.
She's all like, "Oh yes, I am." Slay Queen.
Slay Queen.
We can't trust you with our lives, but here we go.
Somebody's got to keep it lively, right?
Coming soon to a Paramount Plus near you, which nobody subscribes to.
So everything about this, did I not call it? Are they not out fucking wreaking havoc where everybody can fucking see them and not being secretive in any way?
It's basically Suicide Squad. It's not even Guardians. It's more Suicide Squad.
Yeah, you're right. That probably fits better.
Ariel. No, this is not in the Mirror Universe. Michelle Yeoh's character is a Mirror Universe character. And all that stuff with the young her, it was like in her past, but like this current shit where they're setting up to go out and do their stuff. This is all standard universe.
This is Star Trek is dead.
Adam likes to hurt us.
Yeah, listen, I hurt myself with this one too. Okay, I hadn't previewed that one. I wanted a genuine reaction.
You know, I had forgotten it was coming out till you brought this up.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Now see, I heard us, and now I'm gonna reward us. So let's enjoy. I don't know. I don't think he's here right now, but Jay.
Now, are we gonna watch the porn?
No, I don't watch. I'm
Damn
not gonna
it.
watch porn with you guys. Christ, devil. No, Jay Fraser 360.
Only gay if you look at each other's eyes.
I can hear your voice. That makes it gay. Jay Fraser 360 paid for this last week on Mellow Monday, so he'll probably, if he's not here now, he may show up later, and he will probably watch us in the replay. So Jay Fraser 360, this one is for you. The lost season of Stargate Atlantis from the YouTube page Gate World. So it was made a month ago. So we give all full credit to Gate World. We're going to now give our take on this. So we're making it transformative as we comment on it for what we hear and see. So here we go. It's about 20 minutes, just under 20 minutes. So we're going to take our time.
If you guys out there are fans of Star Trek, Gate World is an excellent channel to follow.
Need Stargate.
Yes, that too. I don't know. We covered all the fucking stars this time. So
yeah.
Anyway, so here we go. Full credit to these fine people for this is probably going to be a fun one. So full credit to them for putting this together. This is not ours. We are simply commenting on it.
And that's Gate World. Gate World, not to be mistaken with Gay World, which is Dermy's second channel.
Yes. It's what he calls his
second
personal.
channel. I thought that's what he called his glory hole.
I was going to say that's what he calls his personal stall at the truck. All right, here we go.
With 5 seasons and exactly 100 episodes to its name, Stargate Atlantis solidified itself as one of the great sci-fi shows of its decade. With new antagonists introduced in the 5th season's final stretch.
There we go. That's the shit. God damn it. My brain just froze on me.
Oh, those are the
and Shitternet got Samuel.
Yep.
Oh my God. It's the
Pegasus Asgard.
Asgard, thank you. My brain I kept wanting to say Alterans. Like, no, it's not the Alterans, moron. My brain literally froze. Yeah, that's the lost tribe of the Asgard.
Stretch of episodes, the writers had every intention of continuing the show. The team saved Earth from a Wraith superhive and ended up parking Atlantis itself outside San Francisco Bay.
It's still there. It's still there. It's still there.
But the series was never supposed to end there. So what was next? Thanks to Joseph Malazzi, we have a surprisingly thorough accounting of the stories that could have been told in a 6th season. The writing team had begun brainstorming some ideas for the next season's 20 episodes. In a newly updated post across social media, Malazzi has summarized the team's original.
Now what number 2? So these are titles, working titles of episodes, and you got to remember this is 2007, 2006, and this is right before the financial collapse of 2008, which is kind of what. Richard, I just saw
that's
that.
A great title.
That's good. But with the 2008 financial collapse, that is what essentially killed all Stargate projects because Sci-Fi Channel just pulled the plug on everything completely. So thanks, Obama. Obama killed Stargate.
I'd also mention here that Joseph Malazzi's Twitter is Baron Destructo, well worth a follow because he gives constant, writes these lengthy articles out about specific episodes and what went on during them and why they made specific choices and all that stuff. He does this all the time. He also talks about his other show, Dark Matter, which is pretty solid.
Dark Matter was so good.
Yeah, and
alien invasion, and they freaking cancel it. God.
Yeah, so it's well worth following Malazzi because he is he's always putting out like little extras and stuff that once upon a time you'd only ever find on a DVD release.
Yeah, I mean Malazzi, he had the goods. Him and his team had the goods. They knew how to make good stories, and I really enjoyed. I loved Atlantis, and he brought it up. Dark Matter. Dark Matter was a slow burner first season, and then they kicked it up in season 2, and then they canceled it.
Yeah,
and they canceled it right as they introduced a real threat to the galaxy.
I'm actually gonna at some point this year I'm gonna try and get Malazzi on the Screaming Into the Void. Adam, you want me to let you know if and when that happens?
Shoot, yeah, I'll be there for that. Hell yeah, if that works out, I'd love to be there. Last one was correct. F that final and F that ending, dude. F that ending. Talk about blue ball. All right. Funny thing is the hacker chick who was the one they pick up, she was a little girl on the episode of the Rodney episode where he's gets the painting and at the end and Shepard's whole thing. Yeah, she was that little girl and puberty got to her because she had big old titties. She grew up and had big old titties. She grew up. She was legal. She grew up. I could say that. She grew up back then.
Yeah.
So
I still can't look at. I know the Olsen twins are in they're like their mid fucking 30s now. I still can't look at them because I'm always gonna see fucking.
I can't
Michelle
look at them
Full
because
House.
they look like fucking drug addicts, man.
Okay, let's keep going.
Plans for season 6. This is an amazingly detailed.
Todd. I love Todd. Todd was
Shout
awesome.
out to Heyerdahl. Fucking hell
Heyerdahl,
of a character
one
actor.
of the best character actors, dude. Fantastic. Dude could turn it on a dime. Play multiple characters in an episode too. So Todd is incredible. At Heyerdahl's fantastic. Whenever you see Heyerdahl, I mean, did you see the Van Helsing TV show?
I did not. I think I saw clips of it, but I never actually watched any.
He was fantastic in it. He was fantastic in that too.
Oh, he's really good in Sanctuary too with Amanda Tapping, where he plays he plays both the Sasquatch and I think Jack the Ripper.
Yep, you are correct, sir. He does. Yeah, I love Heyerdahl.
Look at what might have been. Here's the full season rundown.
This is gonna hurt us, I think. We're gonna feel pain from this that we didn't get it.
God, the months since season 5's fade to black, Atlantis has been relocated to the surface of Earth's moon, operating as a new base.
Really?
While the IOA and various Earth interests debate what to do with the city.
That makes sense.
Emergency.
That does make sense. I mean, they would have to do some serious evacuations or some serious cover up for a liftoff from San Francisco Bay to get it into space. Because
if they had a ZPM, all they have to do is cloak the city and activate shield and then fucking fly it up there.
But
they can't just leave it floating in the ocean.
I know. Problem is also where they landed. They're inside the Golden Gate Bridge. It's stuck there. It was in a very bad place where it couldn't go anywhere. So
all the little boats that take tours under the bridge wouldn't get through.
All right.
Security measure forces the team to fly back to the Pegasus Galaxy, but along the way, they're stranded in the Triangulum Galaxy, where they are stunned to find a human civilization who appear to be their own descendants.
Pulling on a DS9 episode there, it sounds like.
Yeah.
There's a Stargate Universe episode, the fairly pivotal one actually, that revolves around the descendants of the Destiny.
I don't remember that. I only watched.
I wonder because I think it was in season 2, and I wonder if the reason that was in Stargate Universe was because they didn't get a chance to put it in Atlantis.
That's a thought. So all right, so let's keep going with this here.
Idea would later be reused for the Stargate Universe.
There you go. Answered your question.
Episode Common Descent. The opening two-parter would have featured time travel and a future version of Todd the Wraith as the chief antagonist. Only with help from present-day Todd can the Atlantis team turn the tables on the enemy and resume their journey to the Pegasus Galaxy.
That makes sense because Todd was still a prisoner in the dungeon in Atlantis.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. I would like to watch Todd go head to head with Todd.
That'd be cool. Todd is just he's not your friend, but you need him.
Mm-hmm. Only one, two Todds enter. Only one can suck the other Todd.
There can be only one Todd.
Now What, or whatever the final title would have been, eventually became the Atlantis movie Stargate Extinction.
Which we didn't get.
Which we didn't get. I knew they were going to. Didn't I say last week they're probably going to mention Extinction?
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
Which was fully scripted, but never produced.
Thanks, Obama.
Well, it's pretty thorough.
Yeah, thanks, Obama.
Shepard's team on board the Daedalus comes across a seemingly derelict ship, and on board they find a group of children in stasis. The kids explain their ship was en route to be reunited with their parents on a new colony.
Now this is footage. This footage from SG-1. Again, Michael Shanks, a fantastic episode of Michael Shanks. Just really
possibly one of his finest performances of his entire career.
Yeah, when he's playing this kid, when he's playing the child, that's just breaks your heart, dude. Breaks your heart.
Making them one of Pegasus' rare spacefaring civilizations. Of course, our heroes agree to help them reach their destination, but soon another mysterious ship appears and opens fire on Daedalus. These kids are definitely not all that they appear to be, and the crew has to figure out what is really going on while playing a deadly game of cat and mouse with their pursuer.
I like it that we're just getting the overalls and we're not getting actual what happens in case.
Yeah, it's like reading a DVD synopsis episode by episode.
Yeah. Hail, Jay Frazier. We are fulfilling our pledge to you last week. We are now 2.5 minutes into this.
The great Carl Binder had penned Season 5's Ghost in the Machine, hoping to bring back the replicator version of Elizabeth Weir. The role was recast with Fran actress Michelle Morgan.
She's hot. She was hot.
I mean, so Weir was a replicator by the time her story ended, so she didn't necessarily have to look like Weir. So it would have been pretty easy to recast her.
Because contracts broke
for
down
the second time.
Yeah. That is always kind of the roughest thing because the chick who played her at the end of SG-1 season 8 played her completely differently than how she was played by the eventual actress in Atlantis. So
yeah, Ariel, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is like I seem to recall the Pegasus replicators were all wiped out.
Yeah, they're done because what happened,
which includes Weir.
Well, technically, Weir's rebellious group, they're still floating frozen in space because they all went through a gate.
All right, so somebody could just go and fucking wake them up. That's
Weir's group are all still floating out there because she realized that they were going to be stupid, so she allowed all of them to be screwed over because their fake ascension, which wasn't really ascension, they just shot their consciousness into the static of the universe, and it drove them all mad. But in the end, their only solution that she allowed them all to be captured was to basically trick them all into going through a gate, and it dumped them in through a space gate. So they're all floating out there. The original,
and they did that to Fifth in SG-1 too, and I think no, that was I'm thinking that was the other guy from Atlantis.
Yeah, who's the one who infected Weir in the first place.
Yeah, but they did leave him out in space for a while, and then they went and woke his ass up.
Yeah, because they needed to reconnect to the replicator network during all that stuff. So the original replicators that the Alterans made, they're gone. They are gone because that fantastic episode where they're all attacking it to steal the ZPMs, and they drop the remade Fran, and she goes, "Hello," and then turns herself into basically a black hole and sucks them all in.
Yeah, that was so fucking epic.
That's so good. I love when she goes, "Hello," and just triggers herself, and they all get in there. So they are all gone. But Weir's group is still floating in space.
After Higginson turned it down, This version of Weir was left drifting in space along with her fellow replicators who had been seeking ascension. In Season 6, we might have seen this group return for another story, though this one sounds like more of a placeholder than a fully realized story pitch. Binder was also great at ghost stories, with episodes such as Echoes. And
Oh,
Malazzi says that
Echoes creeped me the hell out, man.
Mm-hmm.
Not really realizing what was going on there, mainly because whenever they spoke, it was so jarring. Whenever they tried to speak, it always was like, ah.
Team assumed he would return from hiatus with either a ghost story or a replicator story ready to go. No doubt he would have written one for the show's 6th season, and it would have been brilliant. Writer Martin Garrow loved looking for ways to tell unique stories that subverted the Stargate formula. This slot in the 6th season was intended for another offbeat idea. Classic Stargate was an idea Martin Garrow pitched, a story that would take place in the early years of the Atlantis expedition. Could we have...
I never like it when somebody does stuff like that. I don't like that kind of storytelling. It always bugs me.
Yeah. Like, so recently, Joe Malazzi did a whole thread on Vegas, which is the second to last or third to last episode of Atlantis, depending on whether or not you counted the two-parter as one episode or not. But that was the thing, is like there were a lot of people who were just like, "Oh, this was so great to see different take on stuff." I was like, "Yeah, it's fine," and it would have been fine for like a mid-season kind of like whatever. But the problem is that especially so close to the final episode of the series, right? It didn't make any sense. It was like, why are you wasting time with this side story?
You robbed me of the characters I like in a final adventure.
And I don't think that was intentional. But
no, it wasn't. They hadn't been canceled yet. They were still going forward.
Right.
So that was just like, oh, we're just gonna have this be our device to have the signal get shot out across the multiverse. So
but even with the SG-1 alternate universe stories, there's always a connection to our universe, right? So like the first time that Daniel touches the fucking quantum mirror, for example, right? He's in this other universe, he's witnessing the death of everything around him and all that stuff, but he is our link to that, and he comes back and lets us know what's going on. There were no links in Vegas. It was just the story of a different reality. That had nothing to do with our characters in our prime reality.
And it takes you a good 15 minutes before you realize that. And that's why I'll watch it, because it's, I'm in the final run here. I got a couple episodes left, but I never really enjoy it. And to take us back in time and do an episode that takes place out of sync with everything else, I'm never a fan of that kind of concept of storytelling, especially because it's essentially, unless you're setting up a villain that's going to come back, you want to see the origin of something that's going to come back and bite us in the ass later. It's a no stakes, no tension episode for me. And it's like, well, what am I doing? What am I doing?
I'm sorry, Devil, go.
I was just going to say, I agree. I hate when you go back like that, because you've already moved past where the characters were. You don't need it feels off when you go back there and the character has progressed through 3 or 4 seasons. Either they're more serious or they're, however they've kind of evolved the character, and now you have to go back and see them that way. It just always is very jarring for the story, very awkward.
And you have to do some real tricky makeup work. Perfect example, SG-1 season 5, when we get the last reappearance of the replicants that they created in season 1. It's when where they're going to face off against Cronus.
Right.
And having to match up Amanda Tapping's old school haircut, that wig she was wearing looked abominable. It's trying to make people look like they did years ago, especially with hair. I mean, you could dye Richard Dean Anderson's hair brown. You can get away with that. But the wig they put on Amanda Tapping, because she was going with the short pixie cut at that time, with the second during that season, it just didn't look good. It looked terrible.
Yeah. The last
and also they had to cover up Michael Shanks' head, because he had the short hair as well as the long hair. So
that's true. The last Tolan, Evil Ford was the worst idea ever. I disagree. I think that was the only way Ford was interesting. He was a boring fucking character from the get until he got evil, in my opinion.
I'm with you there, because then of course you replace him with Ronan, who was just Mo.
It was
great.
awesome.
Mo was awesome. Best episode ever. Teal'c versus Ronan. I wanted that fight. I wanted that fight.
Everybody wanted that fight.
That was so good. Where suddenly you cut in and they're all just yelling, "Yeah, we're betting, yeah."
They're
and shout out to Dan Payne for that, by the way.
They're two badass warriors, but from like two totally different perspectives. Teal'c is, this very calm, methodical fighter, while Ronan is nothing but emotion and savagery type thing. And so but they both are badasses that can take a lot of damage.
I love it. I love that. Is one of my favorite episodes in season 4. I love it.
Of seeing Rainbow Sun Franks back as an optimistic young Lieutenant Ford, maybe a good old-fashioned ZPM hunt. It's an interesting idea to tell a season 1 story during season 6, but this one would probably need some sort of connection to the present day to make it past the pitch stage.
See, yeah.
Often the brainstorming session for next season begins with pitches that are already on the table, but didn't make the cut. That was the case here with a 4th season episode intended for Amanda Tapping's Colonel Samantha Carter. With Tapping now off starring in her own show, this story...
And Sanctuary was good until the last season. It jumped the shark hard in that last season.
The first season was good, but...
Yeah, I like the show, but I think you're right about that last season. But I think that was... they knew the end was coming, and they were kind of trying to rush to tie some shit up.
But Amanda Tapping with brown, long hair.
Dude, she was doing it for me. Dude, she looked so good during Sanctuary.
Oh, the mommy energy was intense.
Yeah, because that
is one of my very first, like, not first TV crushes, but the longest lasting. I still have a crush on that fucking woman.
I mean, then that was her hair, because she dyed her hair for that. And when she came back for the pilot for Universe, that was a wig. So so that Sanctuary was good. Sam 8000, we are watching the lost season of Stargate Atlantis. Jay Fraser 360 tipped us last week, so we are fulfilling the promise to getting to it now that we have all 3 of us here to wax poetic about our love for Stargate.
Might have been given to another character. Carter Rashomon was envisioned as Stargate's take on Rashomon, the classic 1950 film by Akira Kurosawa that depicts the same event multiple times from the radically different viewpoints of various witnesses. Here, an off-world op has gone so badly that Colonel Carter is facing a possible court-martial. The episode follows the investigation, and through flashbacks, the audience is shown 3 different versions of the events that transpired.
Okay, we've seen this kind of thing multiple times at multiple shows.
Yeah.
So
and movies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it would have. I think they could have pulled it off. It would have been interesting.
This
really
would have been because it's a court-martial kind of oriented. This probably, I don't know if Rashomon would have been what to call it so much as like. Did you guys ever see Courage Under Fire?
Yes.
I think I did, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, it's the one where Meg Ryan dies in the line of duty, and I think it's Sam Jackson has to investigate the circumstance of that about whether or not.
No.
No, I think I did.
It's Denzel.
Is it Denzel? Okay, yeah.
Denzel.
But they're trying to figure out whether or not she acted, and deserved the Medal of Honor, or if she, was cracked and was not good and all that stuff. And it's told from the witnesses who were there because she can't defend herself because she's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did see that.
Yeah, I saw
Ryan
it at least once. I've seen it at least once.
Whose account should be believed? This pitch would have made a great vehicle for the base's new commander, Richard Woolsey, played by Robert Picardo.
Man, Woolsey's character arc is so good.
It is. Actually, I would argue that Woolsey and McKay probably have some of the most complete character arcs because they go from one.
I was gonna say I love McKay's. McKay's is great. Yeah. Him, I didn't like it at first. The first time I watched all the way through, but because I felt like how they she left and he took over. I just thought it was kind of a weird choice. But since I've seen it multiple times since then, I've grown to appreciate his character more.
Well, this episode right here, where he's basically lawyer to the trial, where they're trying to pin all the bad things that have happened in Pegasus on the Atlantis team, even though it's mostly a clip episode. This is the moment Woolsey kind of wins you over when he's saying, okay, this is my arena. This isn't even a lore. This isn't even a trial. This is politics. And I know how to play politics. I know how to pull a lever to get it done. That's when Woolsey kind of wins you over in this episode, I think.
Yeah, because like when he first came to Atlantis, he was there because he was ordered to by the Iowa. He wasn't necessarily thrilled about it, but his job was to take an accounting of everything that had gone on, in addition to taking command, and basically audit the fucking place. And by being present on the ground, it changed his perspective completely about what that had done. Plus, of course, his experience on the ground with SG-1 prior. But initially, yeah, he was just a pencil pusher that nobody fucking liked because he was there to make everybody's lives difficult.
But he does the right thing at the end of SG-1 season 8. Or
he does the right thing
7.
every time if you watch. Because he's a very, very moral character. He's just abrasive and unlikable at first.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, we love Robert Picardo. So great performance and a character that they put time and effort in to truly have you dislike him and then earn your trust as the audience.
While he isn't in the military and so couldn't be court-martialed, it would certainly fit with Woolsey's storyline to see the IOA and Homeworld Command show up to conduct the same sort of investigation he used to inflict on others. Guest appearances by Tamlin Tomita and Richard Dean Anderson, maybe?
Tamlin Tomita.
That would have been hard because RDA was just about retired. He's just like, yeah, I'm old and I'm fat. And I'm going to spend time with my young daughter now. That's it.
Stargate SG-1 had its Lower Decks episode with the other guys.
Those episodes.
I liked that episode. That one was fun.
I don't hate it, but that character is so annoying.
He is. That's why it's funny, because he's got this huge opinion of himself, and he thinks if only I got a chance, I could be just like my heroes. Even though he's completely inept at everything he fucking does, and his buddy keeps getting dragged along and is really mad at him the whole time because he keeps getting into all this fucking trouble.
And then he comes back in the episode where the virus that rewrites all the DHDs across the galaxy, and everybody gets stranded everywhere. But then he keeps having these fantasies about Carter, and then his assistant in the lab, and it's like, goddamn fucking Gooner, goddamn Gooner.
And the Atlantis writing team was looking to do the same here. While this one doesn't seem to have been a fully fleshed out story idea, Malazzi says that Carl Binder wanted to do a story told from the POV of a redshirt, one of those ubiquitous no-names we lose over the course of an op, who is mourned and then quickly forgotten in the episode Tag when the team is yucking it up in the cafeteria. Binder suggested a story that would see an ordinary member of the expedition not killed in the line of duty, but rather captured. Because we don't leave our people behind, Shepard and his team mount a rescue. A Shepard-centric episode would have seen John racing against time to find out how he was infected with a deadly toxin, and ultimately who was responsible and why. Inspired by the 1950s,
when he got turned into a bug.
Yeah, I was going to say, they already kind of did that, sort of.
The noir thriller DOA, the episode would have put the character and the audience through the ringer, as they spend the entire hour believing that John Shepard is more or less a goner. But of course, as John and his team race to find out who killed him and why, they would no doubt find an antidote along the way.
Yeah, you're not killing off Shepard mid-season. That ain't happening.
On the run from an alien race, Shepard's team ends up caught up in a temporal effect of some sort. Is it an accident? Is it a weapon? Whatever it is, it sends them 6 months into the future. When the team returns to Atlantis, they learn that they were given up for dead and replaced with a new lead reconnaissance unit. This pitch came from Atlantis co-creator Brad Wright. What happens when our heroes can't undo what's happened to them and are forced to settle into daily life in their new reality? Shepard and the team try to move.
That's an interesting idea. I would have liked to see that.
It would be a slowdown episode, especially if you just did one where Shepard's racing against time to not die. It would be a let's throttle it back, let's take it easy for an episode, catch our breaths.
Forward,
right? But
including
I mean the idea that like they get demoted due to circumstances, and then that doesn't get undone.
Yeah.
Right. Like how do they deal with that? That's actually kind of an interesting idea. I would have liked to see play out.
Sam 8000, that is the Doctor from Voyager. Robert Picardo
Yep.
is the Doctor.
Yeah.
So, hey, listen, Stargate has a very well recorded history of poaching actors and actresses from Star Trek.
Lots of them.
It's not necessarily poaching. They just freaking, it's like the same kind of actors, since they're good at doing sci-fi, kind of, went for the interviews on both shows.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
They,
the episode
they
we were just talking about with the goofy guys, the other guys who keep getting in
That's
trouble on
Phlox.
SG-1. One of them played Dr. Phlox on Enterprise, John Billingsley.
And listen, when they brought in Jolene Blaylock, they made her look even hotter than
God,
she did.
she was a Jaffa goddess.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah. Cree, I'll Cree on her. All right. Anyway, let's go on.
Working alongside their replacements, but then the alien race that was pursuing them pays Atlantis a visit.
All right, so it looks like we're almost halfway through the season now. Of course, these are only mid-season two-parter. There we go. How's that for reason we are? They've only been talking. These are concepts. Obviously, at some point throughout all this, there would be an overarching plot that every couple episodes they would swing back to, or would have sort of maybe not be the A plot or the B plot of an episode where shit's still going on, probably dealing with the Wraith still or whatever. But they obviously hadn't gotten to the point in spitballing that this, whatever the overarching plot with the season was going to be.
Yeah, Sam 8000. It's because Atlantis was canceled unceremoniously by Sci-Fi Channel at the end of season 5. Actually, just before the end of season 5.
Yep. That began a running thing where Sci-Fi Channel would start to cancel shit before their time, and that was the beginning of the end of Sci-Fi Channel. Honestly, the beginning of the end.
Stargate Atlantis knew how to go big for its mid-season double episodes. It was a chance to advance the show's major story arcs, book a big guest star, and spend money on those epic visual effects. Season 6 would have been no different. The untitled two-parter would have seen the return of Connor Trenier as the Wraith.
Whoa!
Oh, that would have been sick.
I would have liked to know how he survived.
Yeah.
In season 5, that would have been huge.
And is he on his own again, or is he out doing some Darth Vader kill everything in the galaxy shit again, or is he not remember who he is again?
I mean, Michael was such a good antagonist that they created themselves, their own monster that they made. Michael was so good. And Connor Trenier
played brilliantly.
Fantastic.
Hybrid Michael, who fans and the actor himself long suspected didn't really die when he fell from the central tower at the end of the 5th season episode, The Prodigal. And now he's...
No, I thought he was dead. I always thought he was dead. I'm like, man, that's a death fall.
It looked pretty definitive. I mean,
yeah,
he had the Disney villain death. He's not coming back from that.
And I felt good that they managed to complete his story arc before the series got canceled. I was always happy we got the end of Michael, and he was off the books.
And also, so watching that scene, right? He gets knocked off. He gets beaten by Taylor Imogen, right? And
Shepard. And Shepard there too, man. It was a double team.
But if you were to take everything going on today into account, there'd be people who are pissed, like, well, why aren't you upset that a woman of color beat the bad guy? And the bad guy was all white. It's like, no, Taylor fucking earned that, and that was part of her redemption arc because of all the shit that Michael put her through.
Yeah,
right.
And also, Taylor's a freaking mutant.
Yeah, she is a mutant freaking nature. She's also a badass and a great character.
Taylor is a superhero. She could go toe to toe with Ronan. That's how good she is. I mean, Ronan will
Legatus, no, they did not find a body.
Shut up, Legatus.
Look, the main tower, the central tower of Atlantis is so goddamn tall, there probably wasn't much but paste left.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that I would, if they had done this, I bet they would have had a really good explanation for how he survived. I put my faith in them to do it.
Great character.
Yeah.
He's out for revenge. As the story opens, the team returns home after a mission, only to find Atlantis teeming with Wraith hybrids, servants of Michael, Michael has used a biological weapon to transform Atlantis personnel into hybrids, and the team soon find themselves on the run not only from Michael, but from their friends.
That makes sense. I can see that.
If ever there was an intriguing title that didn't have a story yet, it's Hamster Ball. This idea came from the mental picture of our team trapped inside giant spherical containment vessels. Malazzi adds, compounding the problem is the fact that they're trapped in a small chamber in direct line of the Stargate, meaning the next time the gate kawhooshes, they risk total annihilation. How do they get trapped? How do they get out? And most importantly, what the hell else happens in this episode? You'll have to ask writer Alan McCullough. Now, trapping our heroes with a ticking clock is an idea as old as television. Yeah, we would have been all in on a story that sees a frustrated hamster Rodney, shall we say, spinning his wheels?
I would watch that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be a fun one. Just watching a Rodney meltdown would be glorious.
Another time travel dilemma stems from Atlantis' discovery of a puddle jumper capable of traveling through time, like the one SG-1 found in the Milky Way. Of course, McKay wants to experiment with a technology that is beyond his understanding, and disaster ensues. Duplicate versions of the team are sent both backwards and forwards in time. As this mind-bending hour unfolds, one version of our heroes find themselves 5 years in the past, where they try to find that puddle jumper again to undo the error without altering their own history. 5 years into our future, a second team finds Atlantis under siege by those ruthless aliens we met in a parallel universe in the Daedalus variations. This Shepard and company go looking for the jumper to try and warn their past selves about what's coming. And finally, in the present day, Dr. McKay continues to tweak his experiment to get it just right. Events in each time period affect what is happening in the others, leading all three timelines to an exciting and mind-bending climax. This one sounds awesome.
It probably would have broken our brains a little bit. How does this work?
Another Shepard in peril story would have seen John apparently put under a curse by an eccentric villager while visiting an alien community. The team laughs it off, but after returning home, Shepard starts to experience an increasingly unusual string of bad luck. Ultimately, this story was shelved because it would have painted the show's leading man in an overly comical and potentially unheroic light. Had it made the cut in season 6,
I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, they've done that with RDJ several times.
Yeah,
I said RDJ. I didn't mean RDJ.
I know. It's okay. I forgive you.
Yeah, that's not the first time they've done that with the lead actor. And he in fact, I don't think it's the first time they've done it with him. There's been other episodes where he kind of came off comical in the end.
Yeah, and I don't think Joe Flanagan would have minded that at all either. He likes playing weird shit.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I would have been okay with this episode.
In fact, In fact, it kind of sounds like an episode that they've done before where he gets infected while a lot of episodes where they get infected while they're out. So it doesn't seem like it would be very much off the beaten path for them. I don't know why they would scrap it.
And it also would have worked in the sense that I just forgot my point. Never mind. I had it and I lost it. It's gone.
It's just all.
Never mind. Okay,
it does the whole string of bad luck thing does kind of seem a little derivative of that rabbit's foot episode from Supernatural, but otherwise, I think I would have enjoyed it.
I remembered what I want to say. I remembered. It also would have been nice to play around with. Okay, is this science or mystic? Because Stargate gives you a nice mix of it. That not everything is explained by science. There is a spiritual, somewhat maybe magical aspect to stuff. So it would have been a nice injection of that kind of story if they had gone with it. Is it did he have something scientifically done to him to maybe throw him off, or was it just psychological or magical?
He would have needed some reworking. Maybe it's McKay, the man of science and the butt of many a joke, who gets cursed by the alien witch doctor. Entropy originated in season 5 when producer Paul Mully pitched a story in which the interdimensional bridge that Rodney and his sister Jeannie had engineered has unforeseen ramifications for the city of Atlantis. The bridge idea ended up used for season 5's Brainstorm.
I hate that episode.
Me too.
Just because fucking
Bill
Bill
Nye.
Nye and fucking and fucking that
Neil
other
deGrasse
asshole.
Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, yeah.
Fuckers. That just ruins the episode for me. Just ruins the episode for me.
To be fair, that
like
episode aired before most of us knew what dickheads both of those guys are.
True.
But now that we know,
I generally skip this. This is an episode I will skip when I'm watching. I'll skip it, even though it's great Rodney episode. I will skip it because I just can't stand those dudes. I just can't stand them.
Ology having been reproduced on Earth, so Malazzi reworked the idea for this episode using a mishap with a 0-point module. The ZPM, of course, is the Ancient's power source that draws energy from a contained pocket of subspace-time. Should something go catastrophically wrong with what is essentially a pocket universe in a bottle, the story potential is limitless. He says, I reimagined a version where a mishap with a ZPM triggers a subspace burst that disperses time fractals throughout Atlantis. And within these varying shards of warped space-time, the rules of physics no longer apply.
Ooh, that would have been fun.
As the new season enters its final stretch, it's time to check in on our good frenemy Todd.
Yay!
The cunning Wraith usually manages to come out on top, whether it's forming an alliance with Atlantis to defeat the Replicators and steal a few ZPMs while he's at it, or using Taylor to help him dispatch a rival queen so that he can assume command of her armies. But in this Lost episode, it seems that the enemies Todd has made along the way finally catch up with him. Now Todd has been captured by his rivals, and when the Atlantis team learns of his fate, they decide it's in their best interest to try and mount a rescue mission. To pull off this risky gambit, Taylor agrees to go under the knife and be surgically altered once again. Resuming her role as Todd's Wraith Queen, Taylor leads the team aboard a hive ship in order to track down and rescue their unlikely ally. Todd is such a great character that we'd certainly expect him to survive this one, and now he would owe Atlantis one whopper of a favor.
That would have been a great episode. I would have loved that.
Yeah, it would also set up him coming in clutch at the season finale.
Mm-hmm.
An unknown assailant has been attacking Atlantis recon teams on different worlds, and Colonel Shepard decides it's time for his team to track them down and stop them once and for all. But the team find themselves under attack by a puddle jumper of all things. Payback could have been the writer's long-awaited chance to bring back Aiden Ford,
I was going to say,
played by
sounds like
Rainbow
Ford.
Sun Franks,
Yeah.
an original member of their expedition who became addicted to a Wraith enzyme that gave him superhuman strength and messed up his head. When we last saw him back in Season 2, the rogue Ford had recruited his own team to go on the offensive against the Wraith. But an ill-advised mission to infiltrate a hive ship left Ford presumed dead. When he returns, it's clear that Ford holds his former team responsible. He's recruited a new team of mercenaries, surprisingly armed with ancient tech. Where is Ford getting this stuff? Malazzi teases, our heroes must find a way to turn the tables on their former friend and ultimately find out the surprising source of his all-too-familiar resources.
They probably would have tied that into whatever the overarching story for the season would be.
Yeah, I'd be curious too if Ford returned. Like he's obviously been like physiologically changed forever by the Wraith enzyme, but
yeah.
But I'd be curious if he beat that addiction, if he was still on the sauce when he returned, or if he had beat that addiction, but he was doing something else now. I'd also be curious if they had ever gotten around to it, because essentially he's AWOL.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They know he's alive and he's refusing to come back. He's still a member of the United States military. Right. So he's definitely up for fucking court martial, especially given some of his actions and all that stuff. So I'd wonder if they ever, would have been able to, I don't know, do something with that, or if he was always going to be one step ahead of them.
I'd like a year when Joe Flanagan tried to do that. Is this before? Would this be before or after Amazon bought MGM? Is my curiosity on that.
I know that Brad Wright has talked repeatedly about going to Amazon and going to MGM prior to the Amazon purchase as well, with new ideas and trying to revive the series several times, getting multiple backers, getting people to say, yes, we'll come back and do more Stargate. I hadn't heard that Joe Flanagan did it on his own. I thought that he had, when that happened, he was working with Brad Wright, trying to get that push forward. But I do remember them saying no emphatically several times.
At this point, we're kind of glad, because I don't want them touching Stargate in the current Western entertainment climate. Just stay away from it. Leave it alone. I mean, I'll wait a few more years, and you can pick it up in the real universe with a whole new cast and a whole new story. I'm good. I would have loved one more adventure with all these characters and all this stuff, but now a lot of them have aged out. A lot of them are retired. Make special guest appearances and then a new team. I'd be okay with that. TNG this shit. But right now, I wouldn't want them going into this for like at least another 5 years. I want the woke infestation to truly burn itself out before they go back because Stargate has survived all we've been through. It's one of the few franchises that has not been destroyed in the past 10 years.
And honestly, I think the only way that continues to happen is if we just remain grateful for what we got and they don't touch it.
I've never asked for any more. I mean, when it was over, it was over. I could watch all of it and be very satisfied every time. So,
yeah.
Now, over the years, Malazzi has lambasted the vague title Turn of Events, enough that we know it's just a placeholder, originally put on the list because it's so vague the writers thought it was funny. But 15 years later, Malazzi has a great idea for the Lost Season's 18th episode. Ford has been captured and is now in a holding cell in Atlantis, and the team sets out to locate the source of his black market ancient tech. The most likely candidate? Another ancient city ship, which they first discovered back in the season 2 episode, The Tower. But when
I always loved this dude and everything. He's always great as an actor. I always love this dude.
Team arrives to investigate in this lost episode, they find that the city has fallen into the hands of a rogue group of Janai soldiers, under the leadership of none other than Acastus Kolya himself.
He's dead too, isn't he?
He's dead. They would need to really explain Kolya's dead. I mean, listen, I love me some Bob Davi. But they would need to explain the fuck out of that.
Look, this is great. They want to bring back the two greatest fucking villains that Stargate Atlantis ever had, which is Michael and Kolya. They're both fantastic villains played by excellent fucking perfectly cast actors, but they're both dead.
Yeah. I mean, I could accept clone. I could accept that. They'd have to have one hell of an answer how he survived getting shot.
Yeah. Like the last time Kolya appears, right? He's basically a fever dream that Shepard's having.
Yeah. Well, not a fever dream. It's a manipulation by the alien device, by the time capsule alien device. So, I mean, that's the last time he appears. The real Kolya, he died in the Richard Karn episode, the final Richard Karn episode, where he had the personal shield, and then he didn't, and he died in that episode. That's what Kolya's dead. But they need to really pull a great one out of their ass.
Himself. Malazzi hoped to show how this great villain and foil for Colonel Shepard, who was played by Robert Davi, had in fact survived their shootout back in the season 3 episode Irresponsible. And since then, he's been lying low and consolidating his power and his access to ancient technology. Kolya once coveted the power.
So how? They're going to have to fucking write magic here, because how would he have survived? Because he got shot in the middle of fucking town, surrounded by goddamn witnesses everywhere, right?
Yeah.
He was very clearly dead and not getting up. The Janai who were there were captured, right? Like it's like how the hell would he have gotten out of that without anybody noticing he was still fucking breathing?
If I would love to know.
He was surrounded by fucking people when it happened.
I know. But hey, the question, would we have bought their answer? That is the only question we have now. Would we have bought their answer for that? Would I have accepted it? I can't say. It would have to be one hell of a plot development.
Or of Atlantis. And now it seems he has an ancient city all his own. Ultimately, in this episode, the team is unable to defeat the Janai and retake the city for its original inhabitants, and they're forced to retreat. But not before they obtain a crucial piece of information, the mirror location of the ancient ZPM factory hidden on Atlantis.
Ooh, a ZPM factory. That's something we've never touched on, ever. Damn, that'd be cool.
Would be interesting, because if they could make more of them, they could do all kinds of shit that they previously had to conserve power for.
You could power the Earth defense system.
Well, here's the question: if they had a ZPM factory that could create ZPMs, then why were they ever running out in the first place? Why were they having a problem holding off the Wraith if they literally can make as many ZPMs as they wanted?
Well, they might have lost the facility. Something might have happened. There would probably be something tied to the reason they lost it, because we always got a reason that the Alterans effed up and couldn't maintain any, because they always had more technology, but the Wraith numbers were always just too much to overcome.
Yeah, because
So-
the Pegasus replicators, I think, mentioned at one point, yeah, we make as many as we need.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. The replicators could make them. They had the technology, which is why they kept stealing them whenever they
Yeah,
could.
but all the replicator tech that they were using was all basically, I think Ariel said it in chat, was all copied from ancient tech. So it wouldn't have been implausible that they had the tech to do it at some point, anyway.
Okay. Wrong button. There we go.
Finding where the ancients secretly manufactured this important power source is a game changer for the show, and would have answered a long-standing question from fans. The cast reunion and table reading at San Diego Comic-Con in 2019 gave Joseph Malazzi the opportunity to write dialogue for these characters once again. This was an original scene that let the actors play off each other in front of a crowd of fans, but it also contained one giant story beat that Malazzi wanted to work into the show itself: the return of Tori Higginson's Elizabeth Weir. In Malazzi's pitch, the team would have found the original, biological Elizabeth alive and well, kept on ice since her capture by the Asurans. The version we saw following her capture in season 4's Life...
Wait, go ahead.
Didn't they, I mean, I know they never showed the body, but didn't they say that they basically broke her down to her fucking basic components and recycled her into other shit?
I guess so. They could have lied.
I guess they could have, yeah, I suppose, except that would have still been on the Alteran planet, which, as we mentioned earlier, was consumed in the densest of ball bearings. You know?
Once again, they would have had to do some serious writing. To pull that shit off. And I would have been there for it. And said, yes, convince me. Please convince me.
Yeah, I would not be opposed to the idea that the Asurans had other outposts and maybe they moved their body to one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but that also means that those replicators are still out there.
Yeah, I kind of want to be done with replicators. No more replicators. Just let's not reintroduce replicators, because there's.
I'd like to go back to the little metal ones myself.
Well, they're gone too. I mean,
I know.
Yeah, they're gone. They're done. They've been defeated. Let's not. That's an enemy that I don't need to be resurfaced.
Lifeline was evidently a replicator copy of her consciousness, who believed that she was the real Elizabeth, whose body had been entirely transformed by the nanites in her system. The penultimate episode of Season 6 would see the team finding Dr. Weir. With Elizabeth's help, the team searches for a powerful weapon left behind by the replicators, which they built to destroy Atlantis.
I guess we'd find out. I don't know. It's a small galaxy, but it's still a galaxy all the same.
Our heroes hope to use it against Kolya's ancient city ship before he can use the city to wreak havoc. But they arrive too late. Kolya's ship lifts off from the surface of its home planet, headed for Atlantis. Now, whether...
Oh, damn. I mean, would they have been setting up for that kind of ship battle?
Fucking city on city in fucking space.
Yes. And then the Wraiths show up and it's a three-way dance.
This idea was just fan service, or might have actually come to pass on the show, it's a great idea that would have righted a couple of wrongs from the show's past. Elizabeth, Carson, Ford, Kolya, the show had a tendency to kill off important characters in less than satisfying ways. The newly expanded plot for the finale of Atlantis' Lost Season continues where the previous episode left off, as the team returns home with a warning that the Rogue Genii are bringing Atlantis' sister city to attack. As Malazzi tells it today, the episode would begin with a series of character moments as the expedition recalls all off-world teams and makes ready for war. Then they launch Atlantis into planetary orbit, ready to meet Kolya and the Genii on an even footing. If you want to know the rest of the story, well.
So every time they start an episode with a bunch of like poignant little character moments,
somebody gonna die.
Every time some major character gets fucking killed. Every fucking time.
Well, stakes matter.
Yeah,
stakes matter.
Like he was saying about Paul McGillian's character, Dr. Beckett, getting killed off in an unsatisfying way. I don't think that he was. I don't think it was unsatisfying. First of all, because he died trying to save somebody's life. He went out a fucking hero.
And it was random how he died too. That just showed that was part of the point of the episode. You never knew where it was going to come from, and boom, there it was.
And that particular episode, Sunday, is extraordinarily gripping and well written.
And it's also a major character development, emotional wise for Rodney, because Rodney grows from that.
Yeah. Rodney learns a thing or two about being fucking human from that.
Should have gone fishing.
Let Malazzi take it from here. He says, when the sister city appears, Atlantis launches its jumpers and drones. Their opponent responds in kind. The most epic battle in Stargate history is joined. Shepard skillfully pilots his jump.
What was that?
That'd be fucking impressive because they've had some damn good ones.
Particularly
the Battle of Antarctica.
Oh, I love the Battle of Antarctica. I love it.
Into the heart of the enemy city and lands on a pier. His team disembarks, Asuran weapon in tow, determined to finish the job they set out to complete last episode. But they're on the clock and running out of time, facing down enemy soldiers and drone strikes as they desperately seek to set up the Asuran weapon as close to critical systems as possible. But they're not the only ones running out of time. Atlantis, outgunned by a foe that has been preparing for war, suffers heavy damage. Even if our team succeeds in their mission, it looks like it will be a Pyrrhic victory. And then, a fleet of hive ships drop.
Called it.
Todd.
Called it. I called it.
It's totally Todd, though. He's coming in for our boys.
Out of FTL and concentrate their fire on the enemy ship.
It's Todd. You're right.
It's Todd.
Yeah, there you go.
He and his fleet take the pressure off Atlantis, buying Shepard and his team enough time to initiate the Asuran weapon and retreat back to the jumper, making good their escape as, behind them, the weapon initiates, setting off a chain reaction of explosions that claim the enemy city. Atlantis returns to the planet's surface. Shepard thanks Todd. Wraith and human achieve an understanding. And peace finally returns to the Pegasus galaxy. And
Ariel, that would be impossible. Earth forces, because it's a 2-week journey between galaxies.
And that's assuming you have the right engines and a ZPM on board with an Asgard to do the calculations.
Well, there are no original Asgard are left, so
I think there were a few that stayed up, like Hermione was still around after that.
Really?
Yeah, didn't Hermione stick around on the ship? Yeah.
I don't think so.
I'll have to go back and watch that.
I think they all ganked themselves. Pretty sure. Except for the Lost Tribe.
Or maybe the network gods smile upon Stargate Atlantis and renew it for a 7th season, and before the Wraith's arrival, the writers leave us on another impossible cliffhanger. Special thanks to Joseph Malazzi for sharing this breakdown of Stargate Atlantis Lost Season. Be sure to follow him on Twitter and visit his daily blog at josephmalazzi.com. So which of these story ideas has excited you the most?
All of them.
Actually, yeah. I think this season would have been a banger.
That would have been incredible. I mean, obviously now the overarching thing would have been who is supplying. I mean, they probably would have seeded the whole season with Kolya's Janai group supplying people with ancient tech all over the place. And that would have been your buildup. And then there it was. Kolya was our big bad for the season. And even with a little bit of Michael in there too, man, that would have been glorious. It would have been glorious. That would have been fantastic. A few guest star spots, a few SG-1 guest stars here and there. Man,
I'd be curious how they resolved, because I don't think they really touched on it here that much. But and we know it didn't happen with the movie that was supposed to happen. But how they resolved the Wraith fleet that had already left Pegasus and was heading to Earth.
Well, again, remember, these are all rough. They probably would have, they might have dealt with that in the first half of the season, and then Kolya would have been the second half of the season. Sometimes that happens. You deal with one threat in the first half, you get a new threat in the second half. That's an old pattern that Stargate had done. So they might have had that been the first half of the season problem. But I would have been on board for all of this. All of this sounded incredibly fun, incredibly creative. These guys knew what they were doing. And
Definitely go check out Gateworld's channel. They do all kinds of cool shit. They've got a lot of exclusive interviews with cast and crew and shit. They do some pretty great work, and they keep on top of all of the Stargate news out there. And I'd also say definitely go follow Baron Destructo or Joseph Malazzi on Twitter, because you get tons and tons of stuff from him in terms of like making of. Plus, he also, if you're a writer, if you're a screenwriter, there's a ton of stuff he writes about on Twitter that are great tips for people who want to get into that kind of business or are looking to improve their skills on that front.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this Jay Fraser, man, this is a fun one. I had a feeling
thanks, man.
we would have a good nerd out session. This was the bulk of the show tonight. And man, I love Stargate so much. I love it. I will always recommend it to anybody who, if you are in need of something to watch right now, and if you've never seen it, you've got 10 seasons of SG-1, 5 seasons of Atlantis, 2 movies, and then Universe, if you want to just kind of cap it off, even though Universe is kind of separate from all of these events in the end. It doesn't really tie into any of this stuff. You can cap it off with the Universe if you want, or you can stop at the end of Atlantis like I normally do. But it's a lot of content. I mean, all of it's right there. You can see it behind me on my shelf. It's right there. I'll zoom in so you can really.
There's a theatrical cut of the original movie.
Yeah.
There's a longer director's cut it's not much longer. It's got a couple of extra scenes that give better context to some things.
Yeah. I think last time I watched the director's cut last time I watched it.
Yeah, like when they show what was under the cover stone was a couple of fossilized Jaffa, for example.
Yeah.
Right. That's only in the director's cut. But you've got that, and then you have 17 seasons of fucking fantastic television. I mean, I know that a lot of people don't like Universe as much, but it does have its merits, especially season 2 where it starts getting much better. And then the 2 end cap movies for SG-1, Arc of Truth, and the one with Ball.
Continuum.
Yeah, Continuum. All the balls.
Man, I mean, yeah. As we said earlier, I am perfectly happy with everything as it stands. It's not a clean ending, but it is an ending. And if they never go back, I'm okay. If we emerge from this woke nightmare that we're living in, then if Malazzi has the juice to write a good contract dealing with Amazon, because Amazon owns the right. Shut up.
Time to eliminate the juice.
Shut up.
They're going after OJ.
If they have the power and ability to set up a good contract with Amazon, where Amazon cannot note this to death and ruin it, like they ruined Wheel of Time, like they ruined Rings of Power, because for all the reasons it's ruined, then yes, do it. Because the problem is Amazon owns the rights to Stargate. They own it. They bought MGM. They own it. It's just a harsh truth one must accept. But even if it never happens, I'm okay with it, and I am happy to share Stargate forever, because it is one of the things that has not been tainted. It's survived all of this, because the attempted reboots, restarts, whatever, they all fell through. Each and every one of them fell through, even the ones spearheaded by these original creators who understood how to do it. So I loved it. This was a lot of fun. It almost makes me want to start up watching it all right now. I have so many other things on my plate that I can't start a Stargate watch right now. That would be bad.
Right now I'm watching Supernatural. I just got done with Bones, so I'm watching through Supernatural again. After that, I might. It's been a little bit since I watched them. So.
I mean, the problem is, I want to, if we start watching it, because of what we do, I want to do a show talking about it then.
Yeah.
But when? Although I do have the new Wednesday show, since I'm putting Natural 20 on the shelf for a while. I do have my new sort of autopsy show that I'm going to be doing once or twice a month on Wednesdays. I might do one this week. I haven't decided yet. I'm still thinking about it. But yeah, it would be I would love to do it. I'd love to be able to talk about. I mean, I started to do it once upon a time. Those of you old members of the channel know, and that fell through for reasons that were not of my own choosing. But I don't know, Jay Fraser. I mean, I don't know if one of the actors would have, but I mean, Malazzi being the last man standing of some of the original team, he would be the closest one that might have done it. I mean,
Him
Samuel
and
might
Brad
know better
Wright,
than
yeah.
I. Yeah. I mean, if anything, because originally it was being used, they were doing Richard Dean Anderson's production company, Gecko Productions, was the original ones producing it through first Showtime and then Sci-Fi Channel. And then Sci-Fi Channel lost the rights, and MGM held all the rights after that completely. Because every time you watch it, it always had the lion in front of it. The lion was always there. So either way, ooh, I wanted to remain pure. I don't want them to go near it right now.
Yeah,
I want this
lucky
spirit
us.
of, yeah.
Every time there's been a rumor that they were going to get started up again, it just completely fell through due to either a lack of investment or just sheer incompetence. So, fingers
Yeah.
crossed that keeps happening.
Yeah, at least until we're through this era of dog shit. Because the thing is, as we always talk about right now, the era of dog shit will continue for at least a couple more years of all the shit that went into production a year or so ago. So it's gonna be the end of the decade before we know for sure if we're through this gauntlet, at least to a point where it's minimized and it's not choking the life out of Western entertainment.
Yeah. I like you guys. I'm busy watching other shit right now. I'd love to dive back into Stargate. Like I'm in the middle of I think season 3 of Angel, season
Oh,
3
you're almost done.
of X-Files, season
Oh, okay.
4 of TNG, season like 11 of fucking One Piece. I'm watching all this shit kind of concurrently, and I can't really devote any more time to television.
I'm actually in between things. I just finished catching up on all my anime from last season. Although now I got to get ready to watch what I got to do for Anime Odyssey this month for next month, because that's a bunch of episodes. So I got to make sure I set the time aside for that. I'm kind of in between things. Also, because I'm still reviewing a couple of things, I try not to be watching too many things when I'm doing a review. So problem is, if I start Stargate, that's so much, and then I'm afraid if I start watching it, I'll stop like I did last time, and I won't go back. And I hate it when I do that. I have that little incomplete feeling in my head. So
yeah,
I don't know.
TV blue balls.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I don't finish, and it bugs me because I don't,
because you didn't finish.
I didn't finish. Yeah, exactly. So
He's
I don't
backed
know.
up.
I also feel like I'm also in a gaming mood where I want to play games more than watch things at the moment. And I've kind of wound down. I've been stopped, but I'm in a treading water mode on Final Fantasy 14, where it's kind of just doing random things. There's no real. There's small goals, but I've completed most of the main stuff. I just have some repetitive shit to do, and then go off on my own direction. That, and as I keep mentioning, our team that we put together kind of didn't come together. So I'm kind of playing by myself. Kel's on there sometimes. Dermy is coming back, so I don't have anybody to play with at the moment, to have fun with. And I want to play because I'm having a lot of fun playing it. So I'm kind of backing off a little bit. So I'm kind of deciding what I'm going to play next for myself. I do have a scheduled stuff to do. The Dragon Age Origins stream will either start this week or next week. I have to literally go into the closet in the front hall and fish out the box that has my PS3 games in it. I have to get in there and find it. So it's going to be happening.
I'm trapped in the closet.
Shut up.
Adam's in the closet.
I am not in the
with the
closet.
TV blue balls because he didn't
I want to
finish.
come out of the closet.
Can't find my system. Put on my balls.
So no, the PS3 is right over there. PS3 is in that closet over there. The box with all the games in it is in the front hall closet. So, and then I have to jerry rig an extra folding table over here somewhere that I could put the PS3 on, because there's no freaking room over here. You can see. So I got to jerry rig it all. And so the Dragon Age Origins one will start soon, because that was what the poll told me to do. But then I need something private play. You know, I need to play something by myself. And any minute now, over with Alf, we're going to decide what our next co-op game is going to be. So I don't, because I think we're not going back to State of Decay 2 because I think we're all bored on that one. I think that's run its course. And we were going to do Once Human, but with the knowledge that they're going to wipe our progress for our development every new season, yeah, forget that. And so F that. So there's some debate what we're going to do there. I've suggested a couple of things, and I might suggest another one. But either way, so I'm kind of in a gaming mood, really. So I only really want to watch something when it's time to wind down for the night, and then I want to watch something that I'm only half-heartedly interested in, so I can get tired and then go to bed. Because Samuel can understand was I don't have insomnia, but it's a fight for me to go to sleep because I can't quiet my brain, and it's a real fight for me. Last night I was ready for bed well before anything, but I still didn't go to bed till 6 a.m. just because I couldn't get there. Couldn't quiet the brain. Eventually I did, and I passed right out for 6 hours straight. But
Blue balls will do that to you.
No, actually, I did not have blue balls last night. So,
but rosy palms instead. So, I'm with you on that, man. I've been kind of binging a little bit on the Shadow of the Erd Tree lately. Like last night, I managed to beat Bale of Dread, which took me like 17 horrendous fucking deaths to do, but I did beat the fucking son of a bitch.
Victory in those types of games is always well earned. All right, since we've gone over. I know we keep delaying it, Ariel. We will do the Galactic Battle ones next week because that's another 20-minute, almost 20-minute video, and we are almost at 3 hours. But I just want to go over this real quick, this little story, which confirms something that I did catch a couple weeks ago, and everybody said it wasn't true. But it does turn out that this motherfucker is Booster Gold. This motherfucker.
Who, Zolo or Nanjiani?
No, Nanjiani. Zolo confirmed in an interview just this week at GalaxyCon.
Well, I mean,
Nanjiani is Booster Gold.
They just guaranteed I was never. I mean, that's a lie. I wasn't going to watch this shit anyway because Booster Gold is a fucking shit character anyway. But whatever. I don't care.
Squeaky wheel, man. Squeaky wheel.
Yeah.
So I mean, this you have one job, Gun. Don't do this shit, and you did it.
You know, it'd be hilarious is if they dyed his hair blonde and painted whiteface on him. I might watch it then.
I wouldn't watch it, but I'd love to see the reaction from everybody who cries about cultural appropriation and then says it's okay when he does it. That's what I want to see.
Is he actually Booster Gold himself though? Because Booster Gold's got this little like fucking 25th century robot drone companion that follows him around that talks too. So he'd be a better fit for that. But whatever.
Well, I mean, Zolo says he's Booster Gold. He said he let it slip in the interview. So we shall see.
I didn't mind Zolo as Jaime.
I don't care about him. He can be Jaime all he wants. That's
he was fine as Jaime. It should have been Ted Cord, but since they were going to go with the Jaime version with the actual like alien exosuit thing, he was fine. I didn't
Jaime's
mind
a
him in that
legitimate
role at
Blue
all.
Beetle. I would never spit on that. Jaime exists. That's not my issue. My issue is casting the Indian as a blonde-haired white guy from the future.
Yeah, the other problem here is that Booster Gold doesn't know Jaime. He knows Ted Cord.
Yeah, you're right. It's the wrong coupling.
It's the wrong Blue Beetle.
Yeah. All right, Ariel. I'll give you the one more Flash Gets one. So what is that? Disney Diversion. We'll give you the one more Flash Gets, just because it's probably only 2 minutes. So let me go back to the Flash Gets. Go back to Flash Gets. What's it? Let me say, hang on. God damn it, too many tabs. Flash Gets Disney Diversity Plan. Disney Diversity. Okay, Flash Gets Disney Diversity. I don't think it. And that's Mickey's Diversity. I'm saying
Hey Ariel, you're not wrong about that, and technically Indians are just dark-skinned white people, but it's,
All right, I'm gonna.
I'm sure they love when people tell them that.
hey,
I'm gonna
maybe
share.
dark-skinned
don't
white
be from the
people.
Caucasus then. You know?
Ariel, when I bring it up, this is what I'm getting when I plug it into to the YouTube search. Is this it? Mickey's Diversity Game, or South Star Wars Nightmare? Diversity Games.
Diversity game.
Is it Diversity Game? Okay, so this is it.
Yeah.
Okay, right, this is it. Okay.
Flash kids. All right, gang. What's the most diverse, socially aware, and forward-thinking live-action remake we could be doing right now?
What about the Hunchback of Notre Dame?
Give her tits.
What? Yeah. I don't want to be staring at Minnie Mouse's tits. Damn
I am
it.
not a furry. God damn it! Don't shove those.
You say.
Don't shove those jet black tits with probably bright pink nipples in my face.
Damn it! Now I'm thinking about her nipples.
I got a picture somewhere saved on my phone from like promo for the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or whatever, and Disney or Mickey is holding Minnie around the waist, right? But if you cut out all the Minnie and just leave the dress, it looks like he's holding a giant blue dick.
I've seen that.
Dumb! That's got a gypsy and a retard!
Wait, I missed what she said because we were talking about her tits. Let me go back.
What about the Hunchback of Notre Dame? That's got a gypsy and a retard!
No comment.
Pocahontas? That's about seeing past our differences.
Oh, yeah. Let's have the colonized Native American woman fall in love with that vanilla gorilla, John Smith. Good one, goof. Nope. Hunchback is smart. Everyone knows gingers are basically double white. So...
Dude, we gotta say that to Kenzo.
We do. He's gonna be on the pub this week. We gotta bring that up for some reason.
Awesome.
I don't know how.
I might just clip this little 2-second thing out so we can like do something with it. I don't know. It's just like everyone knows gingers are double white.
We could get a little 2-for-1 on diversity points by having Quasimodo played by Idris Elba.
Sexy chocolate man.
Sexy chocolate man.
Idris Elba as Quasimodo sure makes a lot of sense, Mick. Well, people did get awful mad about us changing the Little Mermaid.
God, why are they so obsessed with race?
Because they're weird!
We're losing, damn it! While we struggle to diversify mermaids and retards, HBO's sinking triples, and Netflix...
Oh my God.
Oh, they're showing the ginger side. They're showing the ginger side is real.
Ginger side is real. They're showing the runification of everything. All right, hang on. Let's get the full thing here.
Netflix is dunking on world history!
All right, so of course there's Velma. There's the Pedro taking over for a white guy. I can't tell what that is right there on the bottom there. And then of course the Netflix destroying history. Yeah. Effing over Castlevania, the race swapping, the just not hot, the not hot. God, what the hell is her name? Shit, I forgot it. From Witcher. Shit.
No, I don't know.
Jed is mentally slapping me over the head right now. I mean, right there, and God damn it. Well, gingerification. The ginger side is real, and yeah, fine. God damn it. It's late. I'm tired.
Even DC is creaming us in the rankings.
Oh, that's true. It's true.
White to black, ginger to black, other. Reverting race is a 50-point deduction. Oh man, God, this was all horrible. All of it was bad. Each and every one. It's all true. It's all true.
It's a game.
No, sorry, Michael. Forgot you were here. So yeah, basically 20 points for white to black, 40 if they're ginger, and minus 50 if you're forced to apologize and revert course, haha.
Money sort of lost all meaning around $100 billion ago.
Which is why someone needs to give me some good draft picks for this season, or Jim from HBO is gonna lord it over me for a month.
What about Brave, Mick? That's a whole clan of gingers you could wipe out.
Wow.
Oh man, I can't not look at her tits. This is wrong. I'm not a furry.
True. And it would be good to show the rich diversity of 9th century medieval Scotland. But the points are weighted by how beloved the characters are. The gingers in Brave are barely worth a Sicilian.
One Sicilian man, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Fuck! It's Jim from HBO! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
Guess who just got the rights to reboot Harry Potter?
No!
Oh yeah, buddy. How do you like Black Hermione?
No!
Oh, fuck you.
I think Ron Weasley's going to end up with the raw end of that. He's the ginger.
The entire Weasley clan.
Yeah, the whole Weasley clan's gonna look like freaking have. I'm not even saying. Oh, I stopped myself right there. I was all, don't go any further.
Yeah.
With the Weasleys.
There it is.
What if we just made new characters instead?
Who would that upset?
No one. I'm lost for words.
That's good, because you're being awful talkative for your first day on the executive team, Michael.
That wasn't good, Mick.
Wait, Michael. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
That's minus 50
Good luck
points,
suing
right?
us for discrimination now, asshole!
Asshole!
Also, he's dead.
Fucking gingers!
Dude, that's another good clip right there. Another good soundbite. Fucking gingers.
Gingers. Is that the end of it? Yeah, it's the end of it. Okay. All right. So there we go. Once again, Ariel comes through with some comedy for us at the end there. And we will do the Galactic Battle one next week. Now that I know exactly which one it is, we'll do it next week because it is 3 hours now, and we can usually go no longer than that because we're a bunch of old men around here. Anyway, all right. So thanks everybody for it was a fun night. We had a good time. Let's go around the horn. Sarah farewells, and let's just then take it easy. So, Devil, what's on your schedule for this week?
Oh boy. Tomorrow we are doing an episode of Wrong Think. Probably talking about the Kamala being who they're going to pick. But also the Palestinian protesters destroying monuments and stuff, and how that's being ignored comparison to Jan 6. You know, one's an insurrection, the other one's peaceful protest again. Then Friday, we're back at the pub. This week we are going to have Kenzo and Kami Mark. Kenzo's coming back for an episode. Week after that, I am desperately trying to get Dermy and Nomi on to do a donut eating competition.
I'll show up for that.
Yeah, it's a battle because Dermy can't figure out how to buy donuts.
Wait, I missed this.
I told him, I said, okay, because originally Nomi challenged him and originally it was going to be held on Ballbusters. The only problem is Dermy drags ass on everything, so it would never happen. So I said, okay, I'll take it over. I'll put it on the pub. I'll make the rules. I'll get it all set up. All you have to do is show up and put the donuts in your mouth. He said, okay, but he said something like, don't know what donuts to buy or this. I'm all like, I'll tell you what donuts to buy. I have to ask, what donut brands you have near you, and then I have to figure out the same for Nomi, and then we have to, coordinate. So at some point I'm going to get it. Hopefully not this week, but next week. Hopefully we'll have the donut eating competition, and you'll see Nomi bitch smack Dermy again. After that, should be Toasty round 2. She's hopefully going to be there. She got her times mixed up. Thought we were talking about 12 noon. I thought the pub name might clarify that we were talking about early morning. But she did say she would show up for that one. So I'll have Toasty on.
Okay, all right.
And
Samuel.
back here.
Well, after today, I think I'm gonna probably be offline. I got a bunch of shit to do this week, so I probably won't be back until Abyssal Musings on Friday on my channel, and then for the pub on right after that on Devil's channel. Then we got Screaming to the Void on Saturday. I think there might be something I have to produce in the middle of the week. I think Amir is planning on doing another show on Wednesday or Thursday night, so I'll probably be doing that over on Exile -2, as well as Saturday, the usual shit there, and then back here next Monday. So that looks like my my layout for the week. I don't know how I'm going to fit all this shit in. I've got so much crap going on with work right now, but
Yeah. Real quick, I forgot to say, we finally got it recorded. Bug has finished it. I'll probably put it up tomorrow. The first episode, Devil's Angels, Manhunter. Finally got it done. It's going to be out there very soon. Next, we were going to do Frequency, but we are trying to line it up that Shock can be Bosley for that one. So the next one is going to be The Gods Must Be Crazy.
Oh, that movie drove me crazy as a kid. Because when you're a kid trying to watch that movie, it makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, when you're an adult, it makes more sense. It does.
Yeah, the first one is good. The second one is god awful, but the first one, it's true satire, it's true parody, and it's nuts. It's pure.
You want to
nuts.
be the Bosley? When looking for
is
a
it?
Bosley for next week, next Monday,
Next week
at 4 p.m. right before.
No, I got to do House of the Dragon review, so I can't. I think as soon as House of Dragon's over, then my Mondays are open again. As soon as House of Dragon's over, I think it's the finale next week. I thought it was 10 episodes, but I'm hearing
it was this week.
No, I mean, I'm think now this was 7 with this week. I'm hearing now it's only 8 episodes. I thought it was a 10 episode season, like last time. So I heard somebody say 8 episode finale. I'm like, what? So I don't know if next week's the finale or not. So, but no, but I got to do House of Dragon next week, Monday. So after that, once House of Dragon is done, my Mondays are open then. So,
gotta find somebody. It's my job.
But yeah. So check that out. Who's your crew for the first one?
The first one is always going to be green-haired anti-liberal, Scream Queen Selena, and Tiny but Fierce. They're the Angels, and Bosley this time was Iron Oxide.
Okay, all right, excellent.
I'm really happy that you were able to finally wrangle all those women into one.
Oh God, it's so hard.
The recording.
It's impossible. Like you'll get one to say, "Yeah, I can do that time." The second one, "Yeah, I can do that time." Then the third one comes in, "Oh, I can't do that." Okay, I'll reschedule. Then they'll be like, "Yeah, I can do that time." The second one, "Yeah, I can do that time." Third one, "Oh crap, that's my period week." It's just like
okay, so I was wrong. I said I've been saying that it was 10 episodes in my reviews. No, next week is the season finale of House of the Dragon season 2. Wow. Okay. So I'll be done with that next week. Then I'm free on Mondays. Okay, then. So as for me, if you haven't watched my review of House of the Dragon season 2 episode 7, I put up, I wasn't as angry as I was last week. Still critical in points, but it was I was happy with it. So that's up. You can go check that out when we're done here if you want. Tomorrow through the rest of the week, it's whatever The news is there. I am putting something out tomorrow, though. If you have been keeping track of all the hints I've been putting out, it's something I've been promising for a long time. It gets done tomorrow. And so we can move forward on that realm as well. So that should be tomorrow at some point. Then Wednesday, if I feel like pulling the trigger on a stream, I'll let you guys know. Thursday, I'm hoping to get a gaming stream set up over on Renaissance Arcade. Again, I will let you guys know. Other than that, as I said, whatever the news is for the rest of the week, we're keeping eyes on ratings for Acolyte. I'm really hoping they get to last week's streaming ratings, because last week they were claiming that Acolyte was #1 on Rotten Tomatoes streaming records. It's why everybody's watching it. I need Nielsen to tell me they're wrong, so I'm waiting on that. Friday, Ballbusters, as usual, a disaster over there. Saturday Night Drive-In this week, we're watching Lawrence of Arabia, because I got to make
good pick.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's complete total classic. I got to make up for the lack of conversation that Real Genius generated. So I need to bring something with meat we could really sink our teeth into. So join us for that. Regular time, 6 p.m. Eastern on mine and Jed's channel, The Hollywood Scholar. Then Sunday Roundtable, 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll go over the week's events, seeing if Deadpool Wolverine has been able to minimize its drop-off. We'll see if it has any legs going forward. And then next Monday, we'll be right back here at 10 p.m. Eastern for another Mondays, as well as, I guess, my season finale review of House of the Dragon Season 2. We'll be done with that. I mean, they better pay off big time next week. They better do something. Setup better be done. Better get something done next week. I was saying that in there. I think I've said everything I wanted to say. I think I got everything out. I don't remember. A little tired, little frazzled. Either way, thank you all for being here tonight. We hope you guys had a good time. If you did, remember to hit that like button. Links are in the description below, and we will see you guys next week. Until then, take it easy. Have a good night or day wherever you may be.
Bye.